I think we need to hit it one more time. Hold on. Take that. What's poppin', people? We are back at it again. Funny as ever, tired as ever, and all caught up. Here, take this lighter.
Yeah,
take
please.
That lighter. Take that lighter. In case you didn't know, and this is your first time coming, this is another episode of Cigars and Ash. I am one of three, and you can't do this show without me, Loco Lou.
Keith, what's his name?
Just Joe. You keep changing it.
Joe, you keep changing it.
Just Joe. No, just Joe. You keep changing it.
You like that, right? That's his new name. Joe, you keep changing it. Yeah, so basically, if you guys, we've been a few days, a couple of weeks, out of the loop. Family stuff, personal stuff, vacations, birthdays, holidays and stuff like that. Basically, we finally caught up. We saw the last episode of Derry, and oh my God, what a great episode. I'm talking about this entire season of Welcome to Derry was the best thing this year.
Yeah, it's a masterpiece of a show, man. I think. Yeah.
Can you get closer to the mic and talk to the cop?
Oh, you motherfucking! This is hot.
Yeah. Talk to it dirty, bro.
That's the hot fucking thing.
It was a masterpiece of a show. They did such a good job. I mean, they did get Stephen King's blessing on what to do and everything,
which is great.
And I think that he put his blessing in the right place with this guy.
Oh yeah,
over these people.
100% agree. 100% agree, because he never thought that he would get exactly what he wanted to portray on screen for us to digest that a lot of people didn't digest in the books.
Yeah.
Which is great. But before we continue on with Welcome to Derry, we got Factory First.
Yeah, another Factory First. But this is the Sumatra, and this is a long-ass cigar.
That's what she said.
This is I don't know how many inches. No, damn it, which one is it? No, that's the clapping.
No, we need the clapping for that one.
Oh, okay.
We need the clapping for that one, because if it was what she said, it would be.
That's the drums. That's the drum singers. That's D. D for drums. C for clapping. C for the clap.
Clap? No, we don't want to clap.
No.
Unless she makes it clap.
So it's it's another one of the Factory First, which is where they come in, they roll the first cigar, and then that's what they put into a bundle, regardless of if it's irregular or if it's damaged or whatever it is. They just roll it up and then put it in there. Sometimes it's too tight. Sometimes it's too loose. Sometimes the wrapper don't cover it all.
Yeah, we've all had those problems.
She says all the time. Now.
Well, we haven't used the soundboard in a while, so we're having fun.
Christ, probably never.
Nah, because the thing is this: there was so much to talk about that
we keep forgetting which is the buttons.
We're in the conversation, and that's so we forget the buttons.
That's the real excuse. You can say, "Oh, we have a cover." No. We just forget what the hell they do. A is for applause.
Okay.
B is the wah wah wah.
Yeah.
All right. C is clap, and D is
drums.
The drums.
Okay.
It was up. Anyway, so basically, this is another Florida pack.
Yep. Another Florida one.
So this is another Florida pack. I could taste the palm trees.
Is it the sunscreen oil? Suntan oil.
It's the baby oil. It's the baby oil.
No, suntan oil.
Baby oil.
We don't use baby oil.
These
aren't prison cigars.
Listen. He's mad because I said the Diddy meeting.
These cigars are not endorsed by Diddy nor a product of.
Oh, also, I did see the documentary of Diddy done by 50 Cent.
50.
Yo, I'm telling you, man.
2 quarters?
2 quarters, a half.
We can't get into that topic till both of y'all watch that shit completely.
I've seen it.
You seen it?
Oh yeah.
Did you see it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, so he don't want to see it. So
okay.
so me and Keith will have a solo conversation outside of this.
Wait a minute.
Take that.
Well, I said I want to see it. I said I didn't see it. You putting words in my mouth, man.
Oh, well, be glad
if it's Diddy, it's something else.
Be glad that's the only thing in your mouth. We're talking about Diddy.
And cigars. That's it. And cigars.
Yeah, don't forget about the pickles. Nah. But anyway, Welcome to Derry is like
Back
the
to
best thing.
pickles with her father that died in a pickle factory.
Exactly. That's why. See,
I want
that segue. You like that segue, right?
I want to see the actual accident.
Did he ever tickle the pickle?
No. The accident that caused him to get shredded to pieces.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So
End up in the jar.
I like the show. I like the episode. I like the finale. But to be honest, I'm kind of upset. Okay,
before you get to your upset,
He didn't want it to be over.
No. Before you get to your upsetness, a couple of key points that we did go over last week,
Our predictions.
which was our predictions. So we did predict that the little dagger was going to be
Right.
the pillar to kind of seal the deal on
was going
him.
to replace the pillar, yeah.
Right.
It was going to seal the deal on that open gate for him.
And he was also trying to escape.
Right, and we
Yes.
also talked about whether it was just gonna like extend his power more, or if it was gonna leave the door open, which was kind of both because we saw also reminiscent of another Stephen King.
Yep.
Yes.
Visual is the fog coming.
The fog coming,
What they call the mist.
The mist.
Right.
It's so funny. It's unrelated, but it is that. Yeah.
Yeah. So how his power spread, it was like almost his evil spread to the fact that it like caused turmoil within the town, like even more so because they already talked about how kids, boys will be boys, kids will be kids, when they were just like freaking knocking each other around, like roughhousing, and people just ignored all the evil or the unnice things that were happening in town as if it was just second nature. But when this mist came in, it was just more ominous. It was more
creepy.
Yeah,
And he was taking people out left and right in the mist.
Yeah.
He ended up, of course, in the school. He needed road snacks, so he took
Right.
a bunch. He took a whole
Road
school of
snacks.
kids
Yo.
for road
and
snacks.
he said specifically only underclassmen.
Only
Only
underclassmen.
underclassmen.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and those types of school, underclass was what we consider junior high or middle school, and then high school was upper class. Right. So all the ones that probably were not going to be scared. They're already old enough and they get mature enough that they wouldn't be scared.
Yep.
He let them go.
Well, not so much as scared. I think it has something to do with his
it was light travel.
his light travel.
Well, light travel.
in a big box.
Right. And also their ability to fight back.
Their ability to fight back, because the thing is this: if you have somebody who knows what they're doing with a weapon, they could easily slow him down a bit, but it won't stop him, but it will get them going. But it's annoying. So instead of dealing with something that's annoying, you want to deal with a easy catch. You want to be able to play with your food.
But he believed that a child's fear was way tastier than an adult's fear.
Exactly.
Right. So they're on the edge of being an adult. So it would have been
Yeah,
better
he
for
didn't
him
want
to have
he
the
didn't want
kids.
the hormones. He wanted the pheromones.
The fear.
Yeah.
The pheromones.
Pennywise, the ditty of it.
But I love the fact that they kept them soaked in blood the whole time.
Oh, because he came out of it.
Because he came out of it,
Yeah.
yeah. But I love
he didn't
that
change his appearance from that. No.
Yeah, and
I mean, it was
love-
scary enough. Like,
Bingo. And
he did his dance, which is great.
He did his dance again, and I love the fact that he used the principal as a fucking puppet.
He
bro.
used as
that shit had me rolling, and I forgot how tall Pennywise was.
Right.
He's 6'5".
Well, yeah, the actor's
The actor's 6'5". So putting somebody that's shorter that makes him look like a giant, it's like that Arnold and Predator situation. And I'm like,
Peter Hall was 7 something.
Kevin Peter Hall was 7'1".
Yeah.
7'1". So
That's the guy that was in the Predator suit.
yeah, he was in Predator 1 and 2 as the Predator. Undisputed, the best looking Predator. Granted, nostalgia buffs over here.
Yeah.
But I will say this though, they did show that they have a lineage that they're ready to go with, which I'm all excited for and down for. They're not gonna have us wait 2 years for the next chapters, which is great because they show you the timeline in order of how does it go from chapter 1 to chapter 2.
And that's a little bit of why I'm a little bit upset.
All right, so good. Nice segue. Go ahead.
All right. So again, I liked it. Great show. Wonderful, right? Because we talk so much about timelines and paradoxes and all that nonsense.
Back to the future.
Shut up. Don't, this is the Derry show, okay? The premise is that he exists outside of time, so he doesn't know what the beginning or the end is. Great. Okay, we'll get more into that a little bit. Mm-hmm. But if it was because he's trying to prevent his death, he already knew that he was going to be killed by what's her name's son in the future. Richie. Marge's son, right? The fact that the kids are there tells me that he didn't succeed.
Yes and no, because that's where the line comes in. I don't know whether the beginning or my end. That type of
when
thing.
he goes, your son. He goes, your son and his loser friends, kill me, or he goes, or whatever. And he goes, is it my death or is it my birth?
Right.
He goes, I don't know.
So when he first calls them the losers is when he's running on the ice, and that was a quick throwback. That's where
the whole show was just one-liners referencing the movies, which was fucking amazing. So Meet Marge was lovely.
He gave them the moniker the losers from there, and they kept it on, but the reason why I'm saying that, whether he succeeds or not is that his whole idea is to go back and kill. He wanted specifically to kill Marge to stop Richie from being born. Yeah. Right? To be part of the loser club in the future. So if he's going back to try to kill the current while we just finished the show and the 62 parents, we know it didn't happen. But I'm going to throw a spin in there. Okay. I don't remember their name, but the pickle girl, right?
Marge.
Not Marge. Lily. Lily's father died in a pickle factory accident. Yeah. So did he kill Lily's father?
To prevent it? Could be.
Possibly.
But then again, no. Because she wasn't she alive? No. When he died?
Right. That's
so there's no way he could kill her.
Right. But he didn't know that. Maybe he didn't know that because remember he takes the embodiment of people that he's killed.
Well, not only he killed, it could be any fear as well. Right. So I mean, I don't think because he took forms of people that are still alive.
Right.
It's not like
when they finally put the final pillar in, and we're gonna go back and forth. This conversation is gonna be like his view of time. It's gonna be everywhere. But when they put the final pillar in, and he went into his slumber, his face peeled back all the different identities that he had
that he's used. He
used, and one of them was.
The pickle jar, because he did it
right.
Like he did it in the supermarket. That peeling the thing is not new. In the movies, he's done it in the movies as well.
I know it's not new, but it's something to think.
When they were calling him names, they were like, "Oh, you're just an old woman," and he turns to the woman. Oh, you're only the leper guy, and he turns to the leper guy. You're only a mummy, and he turns to the mummy.
Yeah, so I think that was in a reference of them facing their fears and getting over their fears, and all those layers were getting peeled back because they didn't fear him.
They didn't fear him anymore.
They didn't fear him. That's like what they did in this way. Like they did the whole. That's what I'm saying. The whole last episode was just straight up references to the movies. It was because
specifically chapter 2,
which funny enough, also chapter 1.
Yeah, and chapter 1.
When Richie shows up, the ghost of Richie shows up and runs past him. I was like, flip him off.
And he fucking flipped him off.
That's the second Richie that flipped him off.
Yeah.
That's a reference to Richie doing it as well.
Yeah.
When he flips off like Bowers and all that stuff. So it's like all these references to the movies, which is great. Like I said, like I mentioned before, the beep beep Marge. That's because that's her kid.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, you got where he uses losers, like you said. When she goes, gotta kill the fucking clown. Her son says that in the movie as well.
As a child and as an adult, he says,
"Yeah, I gotta fucking kill this clown." Well, he says it twice, and so it's like all these references just thrown in there for the movies. It was, I think, the whole movie, the whole show, I was like, "That's from the movie. That's from the movie. That's from the movie."
Yeah, me with time, fucking paradoxes and psychological experiments. It's just like, okay,
we get to deep thinking.
If he
deep thinking,
no, deep thinking.
If Are you talking about Cox?
No, I'm talking about Richie.
Which is also Dick.
Tricky Dick.
But yeah, because what it is, so I saw these things. People are talking about it online, right? The whole, can he loop? You're trying to say, there could be a chapter 3 if he actually succeeds in erasing one of them off the timeline. No. But I feel like with everything the way it's going, he doesn't understand time.
Right.
He doesn't understand time.
He's
I think it's
beyond
a
time.
I think it's a finite. His death is a finite event, and he's just viewing it differently in his view of time.
Someone compared him to Dr. Manhattan.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
All right. So, like that. That's how he views it. And, but
nothing's linear.
Yeah, but he doesn't understand it because he usually lives outside of it.
So since he lives outside of it, he can't make sense of the story because he doesn't know which story it's being told.
So what he thinks is that he could try to go back and kill these people, but he's not going to succeed because it's already happened.
It's already happened. So it's predetermination.
Yeah.
Right? Predestination. Predestination. So
funny enough, predestination would be him creating his own death.
Exactly.
By attacking Marge and doing all that. He created the group that
created the losers.
The inspiration
he created his own demise. He basically
Batmaned his own villains.
Yeah.
He absolute Batman his own villains. If you haven't been reading Absolute Batman, you're doing yourself a disservice. That's like the best thing since sliced bread right now in DC. Just saying, because I know Keith over here loves Batman, and that story, awesome. But
that's what he's doing. I think he's going to go further back, and he's constantly just creating a group of losers, that are going to stop him.
Yeah, and he doesn't. I don't think he understands the Shining based on this. I think just based on this, that little bit of info, right, is just one of many stories, right? So, with the end of this one, right, it's going to go backwards.
Right, he's going to go to
1937.
He's going back.
He's going backwards. So he's going to go and see each time, he goes to, deal with his versions of the losers, right? So I wonder how far does it go back? Is there a paradox in the sense of the names? Like, are the same names being repeated or vice versa or whatever? Because I know Richie's specifically homage for Richie because he passed away.
Well, right, because it was Marge's son, so she named him.
But I'm talking about the nicknames like, you Meathead, shit like that. You know what I mean? Because I know Losers is going to be passed down, period. But I wonder how deep is going to go if we're going to go see what his, not Pennywise, but the original Pennywise, the clown's daughter, did prior, besides that one scene that we seen in the hospital.
All right, so you think, they're probably going to show her bringing him more kids to see him more often.
Right. That's what
they only showed him once, but that's what she implied that she was doing, was finding out kids and
bringing more children,
just to see him. She said it herself. I wanted to see him.
And so in the 1930s.
She'll be in the 30s.
Right. Actually, no, wait. Hold on.
Because in 1908, she was a kid in 1908.
Right.
Yeah.
So he disappeared in 1908. Mm-hmm. She was an adult working in the sanatorium.
The second time he came around.
The second time he came around.
So that's in the 30s.
Right. So.
And then she was in her 60s, basically.
So she would have been maybe in her early to mid 30s. And then, but the question is, would she have recognized the cycle in the 30s, or she just noticed it because the kids were talking about the person in the
Well,
base,
the way they showed it,
they
showed it in the show, she recognized it because the kid mentioned it.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's when she took the kid and decided to go find them.
Right.
Because the kid said, "Oh, he's in this place, whatever. I heard him from the pipes, or whatever.
Yeah.
Clowns don't talk from pipes." The guy says
exactly.
So she took him down to the basement
The
level, I
cellar.
guess, or wherever they have the.
The boiler room, basically.
So yeah, I mean, Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger vibes.
Him and Freddy hanging out.
Yeah,
Bro.
it's my turn.
Bro,
And it's 30s. But so yeah, I mean, like in the inside of to Derry, the guy, the director explains it. So yeah, he's basically traveling back in time to try to
prevent his
it.
death.
So, which is funny because that makes the movie that makes these episodes a sequel to the movies.
Yes,
Because at the end, he chooses to dissipate to travel back in time.
Yes.
So, that first time
That's
around,
right. That's
that
right.
first time when they were
dissipated.
kids,
He dissipated
when they were kids, chapter 1, when he dissipated,
Yeah.
was him trying to go back in time, and this is what we're seeing. Him going back to. That's why he tried killing Marge.
So this is in between chapter
1 and 2. So it's
which is
right before
great.
his death. So he
wait a minute.
dissipated
Right,
to come
okay.
back.
Yeah.
He dissipated and he failed. That's why he came back in chapter 2.
Uh-huh.
And
Well,
and they were all adults.
Because if you think about it, you notice that 1908, the 1930s, 1960s, each of them had a huge event
Yes.
that put him to sleep, like the
massacres.
the black spot, the factory of the Easter egg,
the faster fire,
the shooting.
Yeah.
The movies are the only time that it's interrupted. There is no big event because the losers stop them both times.
Exactly.
There's no big event. There's no big bloodbath.
So and each
So
of these
he-
massacres, it basically satiates his hunger. So that's why he goes dormant.
Funny thing.
he gets the itis.
Yeah, basically.
The 1990 version, the TV version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was every 30 years.
Every 30
They said
years.
1900, it was 1960, 30, and then 1960.
Right.
So they did every 30 years. Funny enough, the red balloon is more iconic because of the new movies, because he used the yellow one
Yeah, he used
Yes.
the yellow blade.
Yeah, I know.
in the TV show.
I want to sit down and rewatch it. It's been a while.
Funny enough, is what I did this week is I rewatched the movie
And the
then
TV version?
The TV version.
Oh,
it's all on HBO. So I was like, me watch
I
three.
gotta-
I took 3 nights.
Yeah, I gotta watch
One
that.
for each part.
so I'll probably watch that tonight.
I had to because the TV version is so much tamer because
Oh,
it was a
of
TV
course.
version at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the way they killed him and everything else was just like the dead lights was just 2 white lights on his eyes.
Yeah.
They really ain't showing no kills, no
shout
no
out
real
to Tim
blood.
Curry.
Of course.
Speaking
Always.
of deadlights, I like the way they did the deadlights in the show more so they did in the film, because it looks like burning suns in his mouth, like 3 burning suns.
Oh, just because they
rotating.
improved it, yeah.
Yeah, I like the way they did the deadlights because it looks like an inferno of hell.
Right. And it's like instant comatose. Like as soon as
Yeah.
he turns them, and
so
their
good.
eyes blank out.
So these opens it,
Vegetation,
they
bro.
just drop. So all the kids, that's what all the kids do. They all just, as soon as he opens his mouth, that whole auditorium just
Yeah,
flew off their feet.
dude. And I love the fact that father was like trying to stop Pennywise, just shot after shot after shot till he ran out of bullets.
He was nasty. Headshot.
Headshot,
Head
bro.
will come out. Headshot. Boom. A balloon came out as him.
Yeah.
Headshot.
Headshot.
I was like, oh shit.
A bobblehead.
You know what that balloon shit reminded me of? Another fucking clown. Take a guess.
The balloon?
The balloon, the head balloon shit.
Okay. The Violator.
Yes,
The Violator. Wow.
Yes.
Clown from freaking
That's
Spawn, bro.
Yeah, freaking John Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo. And listen, I'm sorry. This cigar is really good. It's smooth. It burns well. I like this. I think this is a really good cigar.
It's mild. for
It's
a dark
mild,
wrapper.
yeah, but it doesn't taste bad.
No,
bro.
it doesn't taste bad at all.
That's the great part. You know what I mean? Like you have a cigar, you're like, ugh, what the fuck is this?
Especially when they're bundles, because it was like
Yeah.
it was a bundle that looked like you packed dynamite. First of all, for like $26, because then like I said, I spoke to the lady about it. Mentioned it before. She said it gets expensive as soon as they put the label on.
Yep.
So I wonder which one we're smoking? We're smoking a brick house.
Oh,
we're smoking a diamond
crown.
crown.
That's a good fucking question.
Because we don't know what we smoke. What?
Acid.
No, it's not. Definitely
acid.
not fucking acid.
They don't make acid.
You know what? That's a good idea. That's a good.
I mean,
question.
the label just says factory first. It doesn't state.
Does it say which brand?
Which brand is It's just not brand at all. It's the first cigar off the line every morning when they do it. First cigar, they put it aside, they bundle it, and that's it. But I get, from the rolling, it depends on what leaf they roll. That's gonna be the brand of that day. So I don't know when they made these because they're aged, obviously before they sell them. So funny enough, we're smoking factory first. But we don't know which brand. Which brand
it is. And that's because we have our favorites. Our favorites is like strong, potent. They're not mild. They hit a little harder. But I want that one that Keith mentioned on the last podcast, the one that puts you on your ass.
Oh yeah, damn. And I even forgot what it was. The actual the banding on it, but it was a full Ligero, filler wrap, everything. So it's like the top.
Yeah,
supposed to be the most potent part of the tobacco plant.
And speaking about potent, man, this guy, like Pennywise, the way he kills people is so creative. It reminds me of Freddy Krueger. It reminds me of those old classics of how to kill people, bro. Like a fucking axe across the face.
Yeah.
While in the middle of speaking.
And
catches the head,
and he just stands there. He's chewing on the head. He's sucking on the head like a freaking
watermelon, like a watermelon, bro. Legitimately like a watermelon.
Can't see the name. The quite clear.
Nika
something.
I forgot what it was. I'll look it up.
Yeah, can't.
Yeah, but dude,
I wonder if money. Let's see AI. But yeah, continuing with that. Because his kills were creative, but they were meant to be scary to the kids.
Yeah, right?
Which is what he
But the
really
shock value for us though, it was like, oh shit, they did it. They're doing it. Like
the Reaper,
the gore. You know what I mean? Now,
the gore was ridiculous.
Yeah. Now, oh man.
Now him going back, like we're gonna. For the show, this is season 1, and we're gonna go back to season 2 is the 30s. Season 3 is gonna be 1908. 1908 is when he took the persona or the imagery of Pennywise.
Yes.
So it's gonna be interesting to see how he lured children in 1908 before he became Pennywise.
They did show him. He was a child.
I mean, they showed a child.
Well, he was a child to lure Bob Gray.
Well, remember when Bob Gray was on the stage dancing and all that? Mm-hmm. They showed Pennywise staring at him, basically, or showed it staring at him as a child already.
Yeah.
So he was just trying to lure somebody with my mom,
exactly. But he wants to get the fear. The fear comes from children, and they taste better to him. So, as a child, you're looking for somebody to play with. That's
what I'm saying. He saw that the children were attracted went to
caught his attention, right?
So that's the thing why he used the clown was because kids like clowns. They're gonna come to me because I look like a clown. But he also knows kids have fear of clowns as well.
Yeah.
So it works like both ways.
It's a double entendre. It's a
double-edged sword. No, well, not double-edged sword because it didn't hurt him. But like two swords. Yeah, one each hand.
Sure.
So like, okay.
Oh man.
But in the opening credits of the show, when they showed the different instances, like in the 30s, it was like he was on the side of the building with a gun, shooting
with a Tommy
at
gun, just shooting at people.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to see him like freaking just mowing people down. But it's interesting.
Will his gun be a real gun, or would it be something like the Mask, where he could just pull it out of nowhere?
Nah, I think it was something actual like gun.
He's like, woo!
Double barrel.
Speaking of Mask, I would love to get an actual comic iteration of that, which is horror, gory, and violent. You know, but ain't nobody gonna do it like Jim Carrey though. Ain't nobody gonna do it like Jim Carrey.
Like a body horror kind of thing. Mask, like they're doing with Clayface.
Clayface.
Clayface is they're doing it's a body horror. They said it's a body horror.
I think they finished production too, didn't they? Or no, they just started shooting.
Something they just started.
Spaceballs 2's finished production.
Yes, it is.
Oh man, I can't wait for that. But like, yo, guys, I'm calling out. You calling out? We're all going.
Oh, we going. We're gonna see that shit. You think no one gonna be us?
It'll definitely just be us because I know one thing's for sure. My colleague, he would love to go see it.
Well, I ain't talking about your colleague. Fuck your colleague.
No. He's a fucking fan, bro.
I'm talking.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. I was talking about Zach.
That dude is
Zach definitely would go see it,
man. Of course, Zach. But I was just saying, my colleague would love to join us. So,
status principal photography has begun September 2025. So, they're in the midst of it now.
Yeah, and Alan Tudyk as fucking Clayface.
Yeah, oh come on, yeah, absolutely.
I want him to just like, for no reason, turn into Steve the Pirate at one point, just for the hell of it. To just come out, he's like, I could turn into anybody, and he's just morphing, and then just turns into Steve the Pirate for 1 second. So like, oh shit.
He has to turn into the damn bird Hey from a while.
So the female cast,
and then what's it?
Christ.
King Candy from friggin' Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Yes, turn into a
KB whatever from Star Wars.
Resident Alien as well.
Yeah. But the rumor is for the female cast that was cast into the role. I think they're gonna do whatchamacallit.
They're doing a Poison Ivy, right?
No, not a Poison Ivy. They're gonna do what was it? The Phantom. That Phantom.
Oh, Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah, Mask of the Phantasm. If she's doing that, that's gonna be an awesome shit. That's gonna be some awesome fucking shit, bro. Because I love that movie. I love that animated movie.
Yeah, well, I love it too, and okay, I'm always gonna be up for watching it, but I'm also always gonna be disappointed because it's hard to mess with perfection.
Yes, it is.
So
yes.
it's like you have to go in looking at it differently as okay, let's judge this on its own and not compare it to the original. Because
yeah, but dude, she looks hot though.
Of course.
But anyway, so do you have any predictions on what timeline they're gonna go? Because I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna stick to the story arc of characters that they have currently. So, for instance, remember
about Batman?
No. From it.
Okay.
From Welcome to Derry. So, because I want to go back to that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, remember I forgot her name. The Native American chief,
Rose, yeah.
Rose and her friend, who is the military general. He's like, I recognize you, right? I think they may go back to that portion and a little further back, like keep pushing it back and back and back a little bit.
Well, it was so for them. You want to say, because of what happened in the show,
yeah,
you want to say that they're in their 40s, 50s now?
Right now, they're 40s and 50s.
So they would have been 10, 12 in 35.
And he didn't remember nothing about Derry until he came back.
It's going to show, how they became friends. I mean, they're gonna how they spent more time together. I'm sure that he tried to, pluck Rose's petals. Two young kids, just in the river, having fun.
Pocahontas all over again.
But the whole thing is like I don't think even from when he came back as the general, he didn't remember, because they say you forget once you leave. Yeah. But when you come back, you remember. But he didn't remember anything of what of talking about the like the pillars and everything like that. I don't think he actually, Rose actually discussed it with him.
No.
I think he found out. I think he found out afterwards. He just in the episode, what I think it was like episode 3.
Yeah.
She just mentioned that there's an evil in the woods and so on, and it can't go past. That's where it stays.
I think he mentioned they stopped them.
Yeah. They stopped them. Yeah. How they stopped them.
But I don't think she mentioned on top because he did remember because the artifact that he gives Halloran is the slingshot.
The slingshot. Yeah.
Right.
So he did when he got back. He did remember, and I guess it's like started flowing in like always.
Yeah.
But the people that are already there.
Well, the slingshot had a connection because that's a weapon that he used against it. So,
and that's not the only time that he was hurt by one.
Yeah,
yeah, but
and it's funny because Richie had it in his back pocket.
Yes,
and then in chapter 1 they used it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like
a David and Goliath kind of thing going on there. But
it's an artifact that's passed down from loser club to loser club.
Here's another thing that I want to touch on, because maybe when they go back and they see their childhood specifically and their little adventures before they actually put him away, right, or had him put down, see that massacre, right, and go back to that Native American that was wearing the bear head, the ghost,
right.
And
well, that's the first warrior chief that fought against them and created the pillars. Not created the pillars, but developed the system of putting the pillars around. So that was even from before Rose's time.
So, like I said, keep going back and back and back.
So that guy with the bear thing, right?
Yeah.
The
bear fucker.
The shit that people are coming up with hidden. Because you know how the Native Americans, they call themselves the children of Maturin.
Right.
But the bear is also another one of those other god beings, the turtle, and then the opposite of the turtle from because of course they mentioned the Dark Tower,
yes,
and how it's all connected. So the turtle they show is on one side,
right,
and the bear is on the other
side. Yeah.
So in life they served Maturin, but in death that one served the bear god. Which is crazy. But they show that's like an Easter egg, to show that stuff. Like how. And
it's funny because it's a ghost. It's dead already.
Yeah, but he's probably the one that trapped it. But like I said, I think he's going back, and all he's really doing is setting himself up to be killed in the future. I think everything he's doing, he's gonna go back to try to stop him, and then he's gonna go back again to try to stop him.
Right.
And they're gonna trap him.
But okay, so,
it's so funny
from the stories that we know from the 2 iterations of the movie, and the show, like they're and correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not too deep into the Stephen King lore. Is there mention of how he was, whether he was stopped in the 30s or 1909, or did he just go through the natural cycle?
No, he went through the natural cycle.
So they mention the black spot, even in the original.
Yeah.
So they mentioned that the different things, because Mike comes out, I looked back into it, and there's disasters these years, every 30 years, he said.
Right.
In the original was 30 years. So he's like, that's what he said, 1900, the factory explosion. Yeah. And he mentioned...
But it wasn't something that someone stopped him. He just went through the natural cycle. So he's going to go through as if he wasn't defeated in those other 2 cycles.
Yeah, the big disaster is going to happen.
Yeah.
So because it's documented, the big disaster is going to happen. Yeah. But like, even though the big disaster happened this time around, he was still stopped because...
It's gonna be fun to see how they interject like different versions of what we know as the Losers Club in those times.
Yeah,
and what it's the shoe shiners.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the Patty Boys, the newsies,
the newsies.
But they. You're kind of building the lore, kind of like when the first Joker came out with Joaquin Phoenix. Like there was like no actual origin of the Joker. I mean, there was always comic books and stuff, but no one actually had a full origin story. So they're gonna make it up as they go to fill the gaps. I gotta say that whoever they put in there as that iteration of what we know as the Losers, they're probably gonna fail.
No, they're definitely gonna fail.
Yeah,
Well,
but how they fail is that how they develop. It's going to be interesting. How they.
You
Do they notice? Do they? Are they going
was
to
this
notice
really a
it?
fail? This last episode?
No.
No, not the episode. I'm talking about when they go in 35. Because if those instances of him returning and his normal cycle end with him feeding and going into slumber, it's prevented. His slumber is prevented when they killed him in the movies.
In the second Predator 2.
Right.
Yeah.
So if those cycles went off without a hitch prior, that means whatever.
But he did. But it's the thing, because like we're saying, it's them failing. They did feel that black spot was the big event. Mm-hmm. That's the one that's documented. What's not documented is them putting the shard into the thing. But that's a secret.
Right. Okay.
That's a secret.
That's the secret. So yeah, he's gonna succeed in the sense where he'll get this big massacre to go to sleep. What I'm wondering is what's gonna wake him up next time, because in this time he was reawakened early because he felt one of the pillars get knocked down.
Or really get reawakened.
So you think this is just a one-off where he just woke up and they put the pillar? You think the gang shooting is just gonna be him succeeding and that's it?
Yeah, because I think that's gonna be the big event.
Because the way they portrayed it seems like he's gonna go back to try to stop the Losers Club from happening by trying to get to one of their ancestors.
Right. Yes, but you don't. We know. Okay, in a sense, we know it's not Lily's father because Lily was already alive, and that was just happened to be a death, right? Yeah. You know, whether he caused it or not. You know, it happened when she's young and she's already young enough where it wasn't so early that it was during the first cycle. He died when, probably a couple of years ago, 5 years ago, right? So it wasn't during the cycle, right? It's not gonna be the movie person's kid because he was alive already in the 60s, right? It's not gonna be I don't know what happened with Marge. They didn't really talk about her family.
No,
I don't remember the story about Richie, and it's not going to be not Halloran.
See, funny enough, they show Richie's mom in the movie.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna tie in anything related specifically to the family. It's just anyone who's in that town. Because the thing is this: I know everyone who's in that town is generational. Mm-hmm. That's the key thing. And I know where you're going with this.
He's gonna end up killing whatever version of the Losers in 35, thinking that they're gonna be the parents of the Losers in 62. Bingo. It's gonna be it's gonna be any team of people.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna kill who he encounters that is gonna be a threat to him, whether they're gonna be the generation after.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that I think the Losers after this, right, that's supposed to go further back, aren't the ones that are like trying to seal him up or anything like that. I think what they're trying to do is what they would try to do is basically find a way to stop him from existing or stop him in general, because they don't know, right? They don't know. Just like every time the Losers come, the group of Losers, they do investigation and they start learning about him, right? So in this case, the further you go back, the less you know,
because information wasn't kept as well as, let's say, in the 60s.
So everything is superstition and whatever the Native Americans say, right? That tie into to that and whatever the rumors are within that town. But I think each iteration of group that he goes to encounter that massacre is just him feeding, and a group of kids or individuals just stop him or try to stop him each time and fail because he ate his fill and went to bed.
But we established that we believed that these seasons were going to be him succeeding.
Yeah,
which he technically did in this first season. Because he got the massacre he wanted.
Well, yeah,
it was just interference of knocking down one of the pillars that woke him up early,
and it became bigger.
Yeah, it wouldn't. I don't think. Yeah, it'll be weird to do the same exact thing in the 30s as well, and then they have to come up with something different.
He went into his slumber after he killed the butcher and he deadlighted his daughter.
His daughter,
right? And he went in. So it's like
he said it. He's I'm gonna go to sleep. He said.
So in the 30s, it's gonna be the massacre, and okay, a day or two later, everything subsides without the interference of anyone anyway.
That's what I'm saying. It's with this one again. The events that happen after the black spot aren't written down.
Right.
That's kept a secret. So it is. What I'm wondering is, okay, what's going to be written down. The next one is the shooting, the gangster shooting, right? But will there be something that they're going to keep a secret of? Because the people the Native Americans that were in the group, like the old guys, see you assholes in 27 years. Remember that?
Yeah.
That he was younger. They're gonna have a younger self of him in the 30s because they've been doing it
for so long.
So the Native Americans are gonna be involved in this.
I would like to see more of that lore of how they develop the network of understanding what's happening, because they're the only ones that know what's happening.
More so than anybody else.
I mean, they call them a skinwalker, so that's what they're...
They know about the pillars because it's part of their tradition and their history.
And they said they meet every 27 years.
Right, but no one in the town knows other than them.
Yes.
Other than them,
yeah, because they
live outside town, though.
Right, and you gotta think that in the 30s, I mean, in the 60s also not so much, but in the 30s they weren't so Native American friendly. So maybe there were.
Well, that's why they live out of town. Right. So maybe they still lived out of town.
But also, you got this one thing that you guys forgot to mention. They keep a record of a body count.
They do.
They keep a record of a body.
They said this last one was less
than what happened before.
Bingo.
So that massacre, that shootout's gonna be nuts.
Yeah. So whatever happened before has something to do with maybe a pillar again, removing it or nudging it, or maybe something else that ties into Stephen King's
body count for the event, or body count for the entirety of everyone that went missing.
Well, they kept the body count for everybody missing, but they count the bodies and they know the event's coming up. Exactly. Because they said it. They go, it's coming up, it's coming up.
Right.
When the black spot happened, they said how many dead. Yeah. And they said how many people died in that black spot. And they go, okay, so it's over. That's it. They were like, what's over? They say he's going to sleep.
The build up, the culmination of all the evil.
They thought they were done.
Point. Yeah.
They thought they were done once the black spot happened. They were like, oh, it's done. He's going to sleep. That's why the older Indian guy was like, see you assholes in 27 years. Yeah, because he was like, he was done with that shit.
But the caveat was that they destroyed a pillar, right? So maybe
afterwards,
something.
After that meeting.
That's when he woke up. But the thing
not when it will come to after that meeting.
No, but I'm suggesting this, something that if we're going back in time, right, and he's going to go deal with another group of losers, and he's going through the events, and they're cataloging these events, also looking for a way to try to stop them or put them to sleep or whatever the case may be, and they still can't figure it out. And maybe this is where they show how the dagger or how the runes came to play a factor against him, because we don't see how it plays against them, like where they came up with it. This is something that they have. This is like their version of witchcraft that stops them.
Well, yeah, but the runes were in there since ancient time, because when they first buried them. So the explanation, maybe they'll go into the explanation of the magic involved.
Yes.
The Native American, whatever, that they'll talk about it. Mm-hmm. But, maybe they'll tell the folklore of it within their own community.
Yeah.
How about this? I'm going to tell you something. I bet you it'll end with him being captured. Only reason I say is because...
In 35? Or,
no, 08.
08.
And 35 might be the release of him. And I'm, of course, speculation only because of the movies. Mm-hmm. In chapter 2, Mike discovered something.
Yeah, the pot.
Mm-hmm. The ritual of Chud.
Yeah.
Chud, yeah.
Which was written on the pot that shows how they captured the deadlights.
Yeah.
So Pennywise was captured in something at one point.
Yeah. So that's probably what we're going to see.
So you got to remember that's something that I guess they mention it, and then Pennywise escapes because he goes, you didn't tell them what you're supposed to do. They were supposed to sacrifice themselves, not the. They each got a token that they threw in the pot to capture him. They were supposed to sacrifice themselves, but Mike scratched off that area because he didn't want to tell them that. But they were supposed to kill themselves, basically. They were supposed to sacrifice themselves to capture Pennywise in that pot.
Right. The hieroglyph on the pot that he took off was the part that they had to do a sacrifice.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's what saved them from having to do it. But all the generations before...
Well, not what saved them. That's why Pennywise couldn't stay captured.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do that part of the ritual.
They don't know the full...
The final part of the ritual was the sacrifice.
It's like...
it was right.
Like an unfinished spell. Basically.
Yeah, it was an unfinished spell. Because remember, they did it, they held hands, they chanted, the dead lights came down, and went into the pot. Yes. And they closed it. But they couldn't keep it closed. And he popped out. And when he popped out, he says, the balloon comes out, it pops, and he goes, "Oh, Mike, you didn't tell them what they were supposed to do." Of course it didn't work.
That's right, yeah.
And it was because they were supposed to the last part of the ritual of Chud was to
each
sacrifice.
Generation is going to be is going to end in a sacrifice.
Well, no, I think whoever made that pot when they first captured them will probably be back in 1908.
Yeah.
And then maybe this 1930 something might be the setup of the runes.
Yes.
So I think 30 something might be the opening of the pot.
The opening of the pot.
08 is the creation of the pot.
The runes were already there for, I wouldn't say millennium.
Oh, they were there because she was a kid. So you're right. They were there before she was a kid. So it can't be the 30s.
Right.
No, you're correct.
But the pot, yes, maybe there's a release from his release from capture.
Either 1908 is the release of the pot, or 1908 is going to be the capture, and then the release again, or he gets re-released somehow in
or maybe
the 30s.
They have multiple pots. Maybe they have multiple pots, one for each deadlight.
Well, I mean, I don't know. That's good to separate them, but I mean, that would make sense. But I mean, it's not implied anywhere.
It's not implied anywhere, but it's a suggestion.
It would be a theory.
Because the thing is this: how did he find the one thing that they need to seal it?
He met with because he said he met with the chief, with the Native Americans, and then they got high on some peyote. Well, he went on a vision quest.
Yeah, he went on the vision quest. But here's the thing:
he saw the ritual.
Yeah, he saw the ritual. But how is it that he saw the ritual and no one else did in Derry right now? Like the people there.
No, because he saw the ritual while he was on his vision quest with the Native Americans.
Okay.
That's all they explain is that Mike went on the vision quest after he got high from whatever they drank. He saw the original. The ritual of Chud and how they captured him. Okay. And then afterwards, he stole the pot.
Okay.
He says it. He stole the pot from the Native Americans.
Okay.
And then when he found out the last panel was the sacrifice, they show him scratching it off.
Yeah.
Showing that.
But my question is, why the Native Americans that we see now don't know about that pot?
Lost in generations of like storytelling.
Because
the in-universe founding or the establishment of Derry, the town, was the early 1700s. That's when they talked about in the second or third episode of that they had them confined to the woods, and then the settlers came and built the town. So maybe. When talking about the pot and the ritual, they never found the pillars, but maybe people found the pot or pots, if you want to go that route. Different things that help fight against them, other than the pillars. Maybe they were turned up with the development, like they developed the land. They found like what the military was doing. They were doing archaeological digs, not knowing whatever. It was just the settlers. Farming the land,
human interference, like usual.
Yeah, farming the land. Yeah. They could have just hit the lid or cracked the pot open.
Yeah,
but it might begin. 1908 might begin with the crack of the pot. So because it feels like or unless that pot is even more ancient than they're going back,
right?
Than what they're going back, because it feels more like maybe they knew about the pot, but they didn't want to do it because it
cost a sacrifice.
It cost 6 people's lives.
Yeah.
And they said, hey, if we could contain them, keep them contained within these pillars, it's much easier than sacrificing 6 people
every time.
and then you had to pass that pot down generations, or we don't know what the whole ritual is. We don't know if the pot needs to be buried. We don't know if we don't know what the ending is. We knew there was a sacrifice, but we don't know what else they need to do.
Put that bitch into some concrete.
Because I think it if anything,
and then they come with underground wiring. Guess what happens? That concrete gets broken.
Well, no, because remember, the reason why he's in the sewers is because they developed this. They developed the town, and all of those passageways led to where he was, where he landed.
Yeah, where he landed. Yes, in the cistern.
Yeah,
is where he landed.
Right.
Yeah.
So they built everything around him. Not specifically around him, but they just in the development of the town, they built everything, and maybe as they were excavating, they disturbed them.
Yeah, like moved over a pillar by accident instead of the pillar being where it's at. It's disturbed its resting place, making that. All right, think of the pillars as what we always called the cage, right?
Yeah.
And removing one of the bars gives them a window to exit, right? Just nudging it just a couple of feet away, just opens the gate for him.
Oh, I mean, it'll I think
like awaken him.
As long as it's not too far, which what this was talking about. They were like, you need to take this and bury it by the tree base, because if it passed the tree base, it won't connect.
Right.
So maybe moving it gave him more space.
Yes,
but
exactly.
he also sensed when it was disturbed. So
He sensed when it was destroyed.
Yes.
Because they found it, they opened it. When it fell in the lava, that's when they in the molten.
That's when he knew that he had
the furnace.
That's when his eyes opened up. That pillar dropped and it was destroyed.
But he didn't feel it when it went
when
off,
they moved it.
When they moved it till base, because remember, base was the safe place. Base was outside of where the pillars originally were.
Yeah, but we don't. Yeah, it is, but we don't know the distance of how.
Right. But what I'm saying, I'm saying, the cage is
okay. No. He's arguing my move. No, he's arguing my move theory.
Right.
Right now, because like, let's say if it was disturbed somehow, like maybe shattered, charred, like chiseled something.
Yeah.
To
create some type of interaction with him. Like, they never chiseled it. What they did was they buried it. They buried it in lava. They destroyed it.
Yeah, they destroyed
it.
Right?
So since they did that, it awakened like, oh shit, there's nothing, blocking that path.
He felt that. He felt that room get destroyed because, like you said, it has to be the runes.
Yeah.
Because in the movies, he's chilling in his crater.
Yeah. Of the same material where he landed.
When they did the ritual of Chud, they did it within the crater where the shards of the rock was up.
So imagine that ruin. Like, let's say one of the pillars gets chipped off, right? And the ruin is not there no more. It's half of it.
Or it's fractured to like split one of the runes.
So the spell doesn't work no more.
Yeah, because he didn't respond when they moved it, because they moved it.
No.
They moved it further out of town. Out of town. He only reacted when he felt that it was destroyed.
But, see, the thing is, the way you say it, they moved out of town, but I don't think they moved it far enough, because if you remember that shard, the further they moved away, it was fighting.
It was calling to bring it back to right.
It was fighting the kids. That's why they had struggled it to bring it. So I guess the base was within range. Is my guess. My guess it's wider, but it was within range.
Also, did you notice the dagger stopped having its full effect when they were going closer to the tree? In the sense that Pennywise saw the dagger and he was able to fuck with them.
Well, yeah, when the two girls and Hanlon's kid, Mike, it's not his name. It's the other
Will.
Is
right?
It Will?
It was Will. Mike is his son.
His son is going to be
Mike.
Mike.
His son. Yeah.
It's Will.
No, even before that, because he didn't come. I don't remember if he came down. No, it was Margie.
Yeah,
Margie, Lily, and the black girl.
Ronnie.
And Ronnie had the dagger.
But he was almost like playing chicken with them. Like he was, running by and side swiping them and so on. So he didn't stop like he did when he was in the sewers, where it was a dead stop when he felt it and he fucking froze.
But it's probably because what I feel is because it's more open space. In the sewer, it was a finite space, and then the room was right in front of her, so it was like
But there's one thing.
But as soon as he would have approached it, he would have stopped.
Yes.
In the front, not behind him.
Yeah, but
it's a proximity.
If it's radiating,
that's what we think.
If it's radiating power,
this brings up another thing.
If it's radiating, like it has its own
glowing.
It's glow around it, like it encompasses a certain area.
Because it was so small, maybe it's a finite area.
No,
but within 3 people, that could have been their own shield within the 3 people. So he wouldn't have been able to sideswipe them and mess with them.
But here's where I get to it. Where was he sideswiping at? Where was he dodging and going from and back in that open space? Where was he at? In the fog.
And again, maybe because when they removed the pillar, that was his way out. But like you said before, it amplified his power. So maybe it wasn't the shielding wasn't as strong because he's more powerful. He was more powerful. He was able to roll that fog in. He was able to freeze the lake so he could cross over. Which is funny because if you're interdimensional, you could probably just walk on water like Jesus. But
dude, he flies. He literally changes his freaking wings, bro.
I'm not sure why he froze the lake. Freezing the lake gave the kids a chance to cross it to get to the tree.
Wait, when he froze the lake, didn't somebody slip and fall? Correct me if I'm wrong.
They all did.
They all slept and fall.
A bunch of
So basically, what he did was buy some time and to fuck with them.
Well, I mean, he froze the lake probably because he needed to bring his carriage over as well.
That's true too.
He was
traveling with his carriage.
No, remember the original barrier of the pillars is pretty much the same geographic barriers of the town. The river, the lake, and the river are the barriers of the town.
But when he took the pillar out, they needed to replace it. It needed to be at the base of the tree across the river. If he would not froze the river, they would have to take a boat across, which would have gave him way more time. But he was traveling with his carriage.
That's true.
So probably he needed to cross his carriage over because he was like, I need my carriage. I don't know why, but he needed it. Because the kid's floating. His snacks were floating.
Oh, no.
His road snacks.
I think...
That's his version of the cookies we bring when we go on trips.
Yeah, road snacks.
When we do road trips, we bring the cookies. That was his version.
The kids were floating, but I think he also had actual kids still inside the carriage.
That's what I'm saying. This carriage is he needed his carriage.
Yeah.
Mike Will was the carriage.
You saw a hand.
He said it when they called him. He was like when his father spoke to him, and he was like, "Dad," and what? He goes, "No." He goes back to the carriage for Will.
Yeah.
So he went back into the carriage.
Yeah.
So he had kids there in there too as well.
So I'm thinking like
probably keeping him awake and scared so that he could feed off it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Probably because he needed it as an anchor for power.
Yeah. That was probably his pillar for power. His carriage. Yeah. And then he needed to cross the river past the tree. Once he would have passed the tree, he would have been free. Yeah. And that's what the military guy wanted, the general. Mm-hmm. That's why he was like, "You're free to go." And Pennywise was leaving, and then he just passed him and said,
"I recognize you."
But he sniffed him. He said, and he passed him, and then he goes, "I recognize that smell." I was like, "Oh, you sniffed him." I was like, "What a creep!"
and then he used the same form that scared him when he was a kid.
Yeah, the old
one
with the
one-eyed man. He just didn't get tall like a skinwalker.
Not because he ate his face.
Exactly.
He said,
he fucking ate his face, bro. That shit was hilarious.
He was eating everybody's face there, man. He was snacking on the face in the black spot.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, he
loved faces for some reason, man.
Brains.
He's the medulla oblongata.
No. Night of the Living Dead.
My mama said
brains. And that was the second one, right? Where he's like, "I want your brains. I'm the one who loves you."
Well, they did that in the first two, but in the chapel.
In the chapel,
he did it with his girlfriend. Same thing in the hospital, in part 2. Yeah, man, I can't believe they're actually remaking the movie too, which is great. I can't wait to see it. But but he was but now with him going back in time, going back to the pot, I feel like maybe 1908 would be the crack of the pot.
Yeah,
because funny enough, in the original TV series, it doesn't really follow the book as much, and Mike keeps going past 1908. He shows when the village was made in the 1700s.
Right.
They have a picture of a clown in a drawing from the 1700s.
Yeah.
There's a picture of a clown. So like like saying that form, I like the fact that they gave him a backstory for the form and when it was in this one here, instead of saying, oh, he was just always a clown. Like,
right.
Like,
well, it took whatever image of what you feared most. So we talked about it a few pods back. Is that
last week?
Right, and
we talked about he took animal forms.
For
Native Americans.
Native Americans.
Yeah,
it was a bear.
It was a moose. And moose is very dangerous. Yeah. Like people don't know, especially I know the people in Canada
Those geese
know.
are crazy.
Yeah, I
mean, it's goose is geese, right? So it's moose and meese.
Yeah, and they're huge.
The Mises and
they're
the
huge.
They're big. No, they're huge.
They're huge. They dwarf horses.
And they are dangerous, man. They are very dangerous.
They're territorial, more importantly. Like, they see you, you're dead.
And they run faster.
Oh, yes, they do.
Big as trucks is what they are. But he used that. But I was just wondering. The reason I brought up the pot was because I'm wondering if they're going to use it.
Yeah.
Because it's in the movies. I wonder if they're going to use it maybe for 1908. Is the cracking of the pot? Because probably they probably captured them before that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's an H because if you watch that movie again, you see how he talks about it, right? And they show the actual ritual in flashes.
Yeah.
When Mike and Bill, when Mike spikes Bill's drink and gives him the vision quest as well.
Ayahuasca.
They see the flashbacks of the rituals going on. So I'm wondering if he was captured before.
Right. It has to be older than 2 generations.
It was cracked open sometime in 1908, and that's what begins. That begins his birth. His rebirth. Will be the crack of the pot.
So
because he was sent to Earth as punishment.
Right. To punish him.
Yeah.
Right?
He lost in the fight, and then he was casted out the macroverse.
Right.
And then right into Earth.
So the pillars before that, because it's the 1700s, so let's just say, right, 1791 the town was founded, whatever, right, 1700s, maybe even the 1600s, the Native Americans figured out what it was, they created the pillars, so on. So what I'm thinking, I mean, we know that he landed there. Is that the only thing you think is what's keeping him there? Because he was free range
at that point,
for centuries,
for millions of years.
For millions
of years, he had free range.
Before anything. So
maybe he ended up, in America.
What anchors him? Is it just
the babies?
No.
Is that the only thing that anchors him? Is because that's where he rests, or is it because he knows he always has to return there?
Well, you know how animals are.
Yeah,
right?
They do their nesting. Right?
Yeah, it's probably maybe he was animalistic before he met human beings, and that's what animals do. They have a nest area. Maybe he used the crater he was in that he landed on as his home.
The meteor is his prison. The meteor.
The meteor was his prison, but it shattered open.
And it could have became his home at that point.
And it became his home. And the thing is this: we don't know if that meteor sucks his power or not.
Because the whole view of this show was the meteor pieces. But then in the movies, he hangs out around it like nothing's happening.
Yeah,
maybe because it's not enclosed.
Yeah,
it's in the cistern itself, and it's the shards that come up. It's even further in actually.
Yeah,
they had to go. There's a cistern that was probably built on top of it because in the movie they had to crawl into the hole where he crawled into in the first movie.
Yeah.
And when they went in there, that's when they ended up like in a cavern.
Yeah.
And that's where the shards were, open like that.
Well,
and
I think
he was crawling on it, and when he was the big spider, he was like, he
didn't care. I would equate parts of the shard that's not irradiated. You know what I mean? Like think of Superman again, right? With kryptonite, right? So you have the landing, right, and you have some of the shards there. You even have one of the shards that's the crystal. That's a shard that has all the data for Superman to talk to his father, right? That's a shard of kryptonite. So
it's a crystal. It's not. So okay, there's a little caveat to that because the crystals, they use crystals to store information and power. Kryptonite is actually parts of the planet.
Okay, yeah. So Think of it like that. Think of it like that. Like part of the meteor, right, is his ship, right? And all the radiation that's on there, that's, the crystals, the chrysalis, if you will. That is what makes him, Yeah, but then the runes have to be something involved.
I think that's what glows.
That's the only thing that glows.
That's what glows.
That's the power they use from
So it goes back to the runes.
1700s, 1800s.
So something
that they created.
What if they pray to the turtle god and they?
Well, that's what I said. They consider themselves the children of Maturin.
Right, Maturin. They pray to their turtle god.
I mean, they put the shards with the runes into turtle shells.
Yeah. That's different.
One thing that it's part of the movies and the show is the house that was built on top of the cistern.
Oh yes.
So
Nubo.
Yeah.
Nubo.
So the house has never been torn down from all those generations, even though even the movies and the show. So. I'm interested to see the settlement of the town and how they developed everything.
Yeah.
And are they're chalking it up just to evil spirits or whatever or law or legend or lore, and that was a functioning house. So you got to go back 100 years to see when it was built and who built it.
They're saying that family that they that he was in the first episode was the family that lived in their house. That's what they're saying.
Wow.
I mean, that's just like people talking. But it's the thing, though. And they showed 1908, and he was hunting the woods, right? Where was the town?
There was no town.
There was no town.
There was no town when he first started hunting.
So there's only 1908. There's no town.
There's no town. Remember
But then 1908 is the factory, the Easter egg factory explosion.
No, so the town was founded in 1790, according to.
In 1790,
right?
That's what I'm saying. But when they showed the Rose as a kid, the thing was still hunting in the woods. It was still hunting in the woods. They didn't show a town, did they?
Well, no, they didn't show the town because it's the woods. This is before they had plumbing.
Wait a minute, you're wait. Okay, I get what you're going
Unless
at.
the town expanded over time.
Exactly.
Towns expanded over time. Because the settlers all disappeared, which we know they got 8.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The
so
settlers disappeared.
I think people knew to stay away from
Krakatoa.
the woods. Yeah.
that's gonna be the Krakatoa legend right there.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. I think they knew to stay away from the town, but as they started after they started developing the town, like what you said, they started expanding. Mm-hmm. So the factories usually, I don't remember what type of factory it was, but they have to use the water from the river, and they have to use the resources. So that it was already on the natural boundary of where the pillars were. Mm-hmm. It's just as they got further out. Mm-hmm. That's why
they needed some place to drain everything and gain water from something.
Yeah.
They needed, some type of water. And back then they had
and it could have been during one of his slumber years.
Yeah.
That they because in 27 years they could have developed a town not even knowing he was there.
Yeah, but 1908 was the factory explosion, right?
Factory explosion, right?
It's the 1908
was the massacre.
So I'm saying, so the town was smaller though back then. Because he was still in the woods at that point where because the girl was like, he can't leave the woods, she said.
He can't leave the woods, but the thing is that, remember, back then, they didn't have the plumbing that they had then.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
So everything was just put to the curb.
The whole town is where what the woods used to be.
Exactly. And here's the biggest part. People used to camp a lot. That's one thing. Also, whenever they had carnivals, fairs, and stuff like that, it's outside of town.
It was outskirts of town.
Yeah.
You remember 1908 is after the Industrial Revolution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that plumbing I mean, they had plumbing
So
in a version.
1908, it would be 1880, 1881, right? If I'm doing my math right. So, again, within the 27 years where he's dormant, they could have developed the town.
Yeah, in the 27 years, they could have done
From
it.
the 1800s to that's what I'm saying. But what just gets me is the fact that she tells him that he can't leave the woods. And that first episode, I mean, not that first episode, that first flashback of Rose and the general. So that's just confusing me myself because I understand. Because if part of the town was still existed, then that town expanded into his territory.
Yeah,
at a certain point.
But it's still there in '62 because remember Hanlon and Will was fishing and he made an appearance in the river.
Made it. So that's what I'm saying. It still exists.
So
still
it's right on the edge of there's town, then there's the river, and then there's the woods. It's all within that same area.
Yeah, but what gets me is
It's half,
if that was the case, like
half of the woods got developed.
so he ran the other way away from town to get out of the woods, and she was like, he can't leave the woods, so you're safe. That's what I'm trying to figure out. You understand? Because he could also enter town. We've seen that he enters town.
yes,
Correct? Because the pillars is with the pillars.
maybe the back end of the
That's
woods.
what I said. He might have run out the other way, away from town.
Right.
Meaning that he crossed the line of the pillar.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I can't chase him. But it's just the way she said he can't leave the woods was just confuses me a bit.
It doesn't confuse me at all because here's the thing. Expansion's always happening, right? And if something's dormant for 27 years,
It would expand. But then
expand.
but there would be parts of town that he can't touch.
there'll
Is
be
what
par-
I'm trying to say.
Oh, there'll be parts of town he can't touch, but I
Okay.
think the part that they built on was just the sewer system.
Okay, here we go. So, they did it for a split second in the show, and I was trying to find a map of the pillars.
Yeah.
A map of the pillars and also the base, because remember the base. He doesn't make appearances on the base.
No, because it's the
No,
outskirts.
the base is outside the town.
Derry.
That's
It's
why
outside of Derry.
That's why Will's dad wanted to move his family back into the base because it was outside the town.
of town, yeah.
But the black spot was within reach.
Exactly.
But that was off base anyway. That was an off base warehouse.
It's still off base. But
No, I'm saying it was off base. I mean,
Yeah.
it was probably closest to town.
Why's it gotta be Instagram? Damn it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's hard to expand this and really see it.
let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, because I'm looking within the boundaries of the pillars. There's still, and according to the map that they had, all the entire town is within the pillars. Okay.
So what they showed.
Yeah. So the entire town is within the pillars. There's still wooded. The river is the natural boundary because that's what we established with the tree when when they had to put the sliver. They just made it a little further out or completed the loop. So if he can't leave the woods,
There we go.
All right, so but that's what I'm saying. So this is all water.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, we can't hear you.
So sorry, because I'm leaning over to look at his phone. So it's surrounded by two sides of water, meaning he had to run out this way in order to make it out.
yeah, but we don't know which pillar. Well, I mean, we kind of know which pillar was destroyed because it had to be one that was near the river because he froze the river.
He froze the river because he had to cross. I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, so, and here's the sewer system: the river, and then the other river. It's like, yeah.
So the wooded area, there's a campground right next to the river,
Yeah.
and so that's where he can't leave the woods. That's why they were always hanging out on the river as kids. Rose and whatever the general guy, that guy, but also on the other end of town, where the base is supposed to be is where they were doing the excavations and finding the car from the 30s, and they were looking for all the things.
Yeah.
So that's all still a big wooded area. So they say he can't leave the woods, meaning that's the very end of town.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's no food there.
There's no one for him to feed on there.
Yeah, there's no food there for him. Yeah, exactly. I like how I'm finding all these different maps.
Yeah, I know. All except for the one that we need.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see.
All right, maybe this one's a little better on Reddit. Thank you very much. I can zoom into this because they only showed it for a split second in the show. Okay, so there's a park, what they would consider a wooded area, right? And then what's on the river, which is where they hung out, which that's where they were. There's a campground.
Yeah, but you see like the big circle, that's like, I guess, their range.
Right. So
they have to overlap.
Where they hung out was probably the river when they were kids, or maybe one of these little inlets. And the woods is still considered that wooded area, but the entire town is where his range is.
Yeah. All right, yeah, because like I said, it's just that line. That line itself is where she says, where they run, and then when they get out the woods, she tells him, he can't leave the woods.
They say woods, but
I'm sure
you and I know from camping we consider it the tree line. So like where the denser part of the forest.
But also, I'm sure that maybe the town was smaller, making more of this wooded areas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that from the map,
more so north.
Right, from the map, that's underdeveloped land. That's not.
Yeah.
Here.
There's roads, but it's not as heavily populated as the rest of the town.
It's more like a path than it is a road.
Because that's. Is that the cistern right there, or the house? That was more toward the middle of that town. Uh-huh. Yeah, because you see, like the way they hung out, the way they show there's a bridge that crosses the river. Mm-hmm. And that's where they hung out. With the water's there, and the fairgrounds is probably somewhere on here, and toward the north of town. It's confusing. I call it. We're speculating, and we're talking about here, there, and. There's no pictures to quite understand what we're talking about.
It's again.
We're looking at the map of Derry,
Zach,
basically.
When they talk,
Zach, throw up the map of Derry.
Yeah, for people to look at,
people to see exactly what we're talking about in case they're wondering. It's just the wording,
right? Because
the way it was worded.
They know that from her stories that were passed down to her, they know that he can't quote leave the woods. All of that was still wooded area. Is just when there were kids hanging out in 1935.
And 1908.
No, not 1935. When Rose and the General were kids.
I thought it was 08 because they're in the 60s now.
So it would two generate. I don't think it would have been two generations. That's 54 years.
That's what I'm saying. They could have been kids because how old that's 27 years. You're not gonna get that old in 27 years.
Well, from 13 to 50 something.
It's not 27 years.
Okay, so maybe they're in their 40s.
They're in their 40s.
They don't look like that's terrible looking 40s.
Well, listen, they always they don't have Disney money to de-age people.
they show the time. They show the year when they do the flashback.
Yeah,
the little boy sees Pennywise's daughter. That was 1908. That was the 1900s.
Right.
That was in the 30s.
Right. Right.
They show her as a girl in the background.
When he first takes on the clown persona is 1908.
No, not him. When there's an episode when they show the general as a kid.
Yes.
He passes by the little circuit, carnival, and in the background you see Periwinkle, the girl.
You're right. So
that's what I'm saying. That's why it's 1908
when he 1908 he was maybe 8 years old. 27 years would make him 35, and then
27 would make him in the 60s.
another 27 would be in 60s. Okay, well, maybe it was 2 generations.
Right? So I'm saying I think the general did 2 generations.
Yeah.
Worth of it.
Well, not that he was there. It's just that he left when he was an adult.
Yeah, when he left, not before
27.
Before he left or whatever. When he met Rose.
He left in his 30s, right? And then he left the town when he was a kid, and then he was gone for all that time. Rose stayed there the whole time.
Well, yes, because she was part of the thing. Yeah. They stood just outside the pillars.
Right. So it would had to be the major river or one of the inlets, but it would have been like, like I said before, when Hanlon was fishing with his kid, and the kid saw saw the vision.
That's some shit. Because I'm looking, they show which pillar they knocked down. It couldn't be the ones in town. It had to be just outside of town.
No, it had to be in one of these. Actually, no. Crap.
Is that the tree?
That's what I'm thinking. It had to be in one of these because remember the military were excavating all in this area.
But remember, also you got to take into consideration this. They didn't find shit until they got the Native American, and they had our dude using the Shining on him in order to find the actual spot to dig
Correct.
up.
Yeah. Of course.
He was using Halloran was using the slingshot kind of as a divining rod of like trying to find like a compass to find the area to go to, but all of it was forested area. So it's the northern part of town. He never found it. He only found the one pillar that he directly pointed them to. So they had to been excavating around the river, because if he froze the river, that was his escape route. And then they finally put the shard in the tree.
It was one of those sealed circles.
Yeah.
One of those circles stopped touching the other two. Yeah. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. So you got to figure out which is the one that they could take further down that'll still touch both those circles to complete the circuit. It's just, like I said, what threw me off, thinking about it, what threw me off is the way she said, he can't leave the woods. Granted, in 1908, town might have still been smaller than what it is now.
Right.
And still within the pillars, meaning there's a lot of forest area still in there. It's a throw off. Yeah, because it was 1908, because in that episode, the kid passes by Periwinkle, the little girl dressed like it in the background. Mm-hmm. So that's 1908. Or the 1900s. And if it was awake, it definitely was around 1908. Then again, they say it's 27 years, right? They also say that the killings is over time.
Yeah.
It's not like...
It's not all within a month.
It's not. It takes a couple of months or whatever. Like for even the movies, it took a whole summer. Yeah. And it was before the summer started. They were in school with rainy days and all that stuff. And it took them days. When Georgie died, and then it was months after when they did the summer, when they first so it's an expanded, it's an area, but 1908, 27 years around 1908.
Yeah, he doesn't have a timeline of his killing cycle. He just has a timeline of his awakening. So it could have been throughout the entire year, or. Because if you keep it within this 27 years, whatever, it's like summer,
I mean, but there is a time of his awakening, because
it's spring,
the Native Americans know when he wakes up.
It's spring, summer when he's around. So for 6 months, let's say.
Yeah, let's say it's like 6 months he kills, over 6 months or so. So it's over a certain amount of time. It's not all just like he goes on a 3-day killing spree. Because kids start going missing little by little. Mm-hmm. And that's him taking it, and it leads up, like they said, to the big
until it builds the big up bloodbath. Big, right?
In which after that bloodbath is when he goes to sleep.
It's once he gets his fill, so it doesn't have to be all at once. It just happens to be the big tragedies that
big feeding is what puts him to sleep.
Yeah.
Right before he sleeps, he has that big feeding, which was like the black spot, the factory, him mowing down gangsters with a Tommy gun from a building. Like he's Spiderman.
Yeah.
He was just hanging from the window. It's a cool scene. But it's just that line threw me off, because I don't know. Did they mention when the town was put? Because I don't know if they're gonna go with the exact time. They do some stuff from the book, but they
embellished a little bit. They took a little bit here and there.
Yeah, I mean, it's all within Stephen King's blessing because they allowed him to see it and to get his blessing to make those episodes. And Stephen King was like, "Yeah, this is good." So they have it with his blessing. So whatever they're doing, Stephen King's okay with it. Stephen King likes it. They're making the connections. The movies never really make the connections. The original movies, like The Shining and stuff, is more like a standalone thing. But they're making the connections. People want an Overlook spinoff.
Overlook.
With Halloran. Because
because
where he's going now is not necessarily the Overlook Hotel.
No, it's not.
Because he said he's going to London to be a cook. But
he learns to become a cook, and then later on he goes to the hotel.
In The Shining, he mentions how he was a cook.
Yeah.
So
how much trouble could it be? It's a hotel.
Because that line, that's a great line.
Because he was already an old man in Shining.
Yeah. You got my daughter singing Jingle Bells. She wants to say hi. Oh no, my daughter wants to say hi to everybody. This is my daughter break. We're relighting our cigars. It looks, since we had them down talking, they kind of went off. She's saying Jingle Bell Batman smells. I showed her the song. It's an actual song.
Yeah, I know it's an actual song.
Which I didn't know the lyrics to. I just knew the beginning.
Dude, I see somebody actually do that as a cardboard cutouts for their lawn. So when you drive by, it literally shows cardboard cutouts of the entire song. So it says Jingle Bells, right? It shows Batman smells with like a stinky sock or whatnot. And then it shows Robin, and then there's an egg, right? Then there's a Batmobile, and the wheel is missing and is rolling down, and then you see Joker running away.
You know that that's cool. You know the next part of the lyrics has Marvel characters in it.
Yep.
So the Joker got away. He didn't get far because he got stuck in webs. Because Spiderman is cool and he went to my school. That's the lies. And then Iron Man's a millionaire. And it all speaks. It's Batman. But the reason why Batman smells because he was pooping.
Yeah.
I was just like, she was laughing.
Mm.
You can just hear it.
So we're off. Is this gonna be a full Derry episode, or we want to go?
We could veer off into something else.
We're gonna veer off. So, okay.
All right. So
we're excited. We're excited.
Yeah. That was our understanding of the last episode and our guesses for the next couple seasons. All right. For that, now we could go ahead and.
So something happened today. Today, December 18th.
Let me guess. Your period came.
Yes. I'm ovulate. I'm ragging right now. So I'm always gonna be disappointed because my brain just goes everywhere all at once, 100 miles an hour. So
facts.
There's a lot of talk. I'm not gonna watch any of them. All of these rumors and AI is so ridiculous now. I can't believe anything. But there's all this talk about Doomsday.
I knew
Doomsday leaks.
Dude, forget that.
With the AI, it's so hard to decide to figure out which is the real.
No, forget that.
There's some crappy ones because I've seen like
out. Avatar's
I know
out.
Avatar's out.
The trailer's out.
I finally watched.
We gotta go see it 4 times or whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, they have the dates of when they're gonna release them.
Yeah.
Supposed the 4 teasers. I gotta look it up. But it's all gonna be during. Here's the thing. So Doomsday is a year out.
Yes,
okay?
it is.
There's still a whole lot of Marvel properties to be released.
Also, thank you, Robert Downey Jr. for setting it back.
Right. So there's still a lot of properties to be released. There's also, there's also
Brand New Day.
There's Brand New Day. There has to be a Doctor Strange. There's
yeah, Doctor Strange is long overdue.
Because there's a lot of stuff that's gonna play into it. But the reason why I'm disappointed again. Endgame, Infinity War, Endgame was like perfection, chef's kiss.
Yeah,
right.
And end of a decade worth planning, bro.
Right. Of all the rumors that I'm seeing, and I don't want to talk about anything specific because spoiler.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
and you try to stay away from it, but you're about to talk about it.
I'm trying to stay away from it for my own entertainment because again, it's like this is the holiday season. It's Christmas. It's like trying to sneak a peek at your presents. Like,
yes,
you're trying to. Trying to carefully peel back the wrapping paper so you can see what you're getting and then fold it back over. I don't want to do that to myself. But all the release dates are gonna. They said only gonna be with Avatar.
Yes,
but they're also in September of this year,
coming
right, 2026. They're gonna re-release Endgame.
Yep.
With a extended end credit.
Yeah.
That's gonna lead into Doomsday.
Doomsday.
That's what the Russo brothers said.
And I'm willing to go pay a ticket to go see that shit again in theaters, brother.
Yes.
Because I'm sorry, watching Cap grab the hammer and hearing
a boner.
And hearing Thor scream in the Viking roar when he says Avengers Assemble.
Yeah.
In a whisper, all you hear is Thor screaming. Rah!
Listen,
Bro.
I watch. Not only do I watch that movie at least a few times a year.
Facts.
I mean, every social media, whatever, there's always something about like, oh, this is this person's first time watching the whole MCU series, and they're getting through all the highs and the lows, and they finally watch Endgame. And I gotta find one of the accounts where some guy showed his girlfriend. The girlfriend is up, bouncing off the walls.
Yeah,
I get hype watching somebody else get hype because they're enjoying it for the first time,
and it brings back that feeling.
And I'm like, oh my god,
it brings back that feeling when you see someone's joy and excitement. It brings that back. It definitely does. So I don't know about you, but that shit made me wept. I wept, bro, as a happy kid in Christmas. It's like, we finally got it after all these years.
If I went to see Star Wars on their anniversary, I'm gonna go see Endgame when it's re-released for just the extended. Because when we went to see Star Wars for the anniversary, they did more CGI. You had
updated shit.
Yeah, you had this guy. How you call it? Han Solo with Jabba the Hutt, and Jabba the Hutt was slithering.
Right,
they showed him slithering, walking basically, and that's all they had. Like they had good. Like it was a 2.5 hour movie.
The do-back was better.
Yeah, and they had like maybe 15 minutes of like new clips of new pieces, or 5 minutes of new pieces, and we went to see it anyway, and everybody in the theater went nuts over every single part.
Yep.
I expect the same thing from Endgame. Right. And I'm gonna go see Endgame.
Well,
so when it comes just for the extended.
But I gotta put my conspiracy theory hat on. I got to get the tinfoil on.
Go ahead.
Okay. Because I know I talked about all of our theories, right?
Yep.
And all the little what we think are throwaway lines, right? All the throwaway lines that were in the Russo's movies, because the Russos did Winter Soldier, the Russos did Endgame and Infinity War. When old Peggy Carter was like phasing in and out of lucidity, the Alzheimer's and whatever, she said, you came back. There was like one throwaway line, like she's talking about him coming back in time at the end and actually being the father of the children. That's conspiracy theory 1. Conspiracy theory 2.
Because in her show that she never mentioned who
right, because in the interview when they do her eulogy or whatever, they talk about and she's like he saved the man that eventually would be the father of my children. She doesn't mention the names, right? The one that I harped on for a long time, I did like 30 minutes on in one episode, just me, was Tony Stark, right? Not knowing his own birthday and being surprised when his father said his wife was pregnant.
Yep.
I'm gonna go back to Iron Man 2 when he created the new element. Get this.
I'm listening.
Okay. In the footage, when he found the reels of the old 35 millimeter films, he says, "What will always be my greatest creation is you."
Yep.
You know, him being an inventor, it's kind of like, okay, tongue in cheek, but who talks about his son that way as a creation?
Well, his dad would, but
yeah,
somebody with extreme hubris.
right, yeah. So, like, all those little throwaway lines is like, there's so many things that's gonna, I hope to have revealed that connect to those things, because the Russos don't do anything by accident.
No, they don't.
So
they don't. Unless
because they talked about they had the idea for Doomsday way before, but no one wanted to do it. They didn't know how it was going to connect. But they may have just laid down the seeds in the beginning, hoping that they were going to be able to do it, and then they only finally got to be able to do it because somebody on the production team came up with an idea to have that forethought of laying all these little seeds of, you know, like,
okay.
And the other thing, like, if Cap's back in time, we talk about the incursions and they change the timeline. Whether he has he had kids, no one ever mentioned what happened to the kids potentially, right? Also, him living his life to become old man Cap to give the shield over. It's kind of like the joke of, like, they did a couple of videos of, like, he knew about all the tragedies that were going to happen and he did nothing.
Cap didn't stop.
Cap didn't stop.
Oh no, Cap didn't stop. He was trying to get them cheeks.
Cap didn't stop Korea, Vietnam, Desert Storm, none of those.
He didn't stop it, but he probably was in it.
And the funny thing is, you mentioned his father saying that, right?
Yeah.
And then also in Iron Man 3, there's a line that Cap himself talks about, and he goes, "Oh man, that was back in 1983. I was 14 years old." That's what he says. Okay.
Iron Man said that. Yeah.
Yeah. In Iron Man 3, Tony Stark says that.
Right.
Tony Stark, when he does a line, he goes and says that. Now, when they time travel and he meets his dad says that his wife is expecting, that look you're talking about, they traveled to 1970. He was already born.
Yeah.
If he was 14 in 83, the latest he could have been born was late 68.
68,
the earliest 68, and the latest December 31st, 1969.
So he would have been a toddler.
So yeah, but the thing is that he was already born.
Right.
So maybe that look was like, wait a minute, I was born in 69 or maybe late 68. How are you expecting now in 1970? In April of 1970.
Yes.
So you talked about that look before, and someone I saw it on TikTok somewhere where someone was like, I just realized this, and then they played that line in Iron Man 3 where he goes like, "Oh, 1983. Oh man, I was like 14 years old."
Right.
And
well,
then
that was the end. That was the end of 3.
There's a post credit.
Of Iron Man 3 when he's talking to Banner
about Nanny.
He's like, but that's not my, but you're a doctor. He's like, but that's not my, that's not my expertise. I'm not a psychiatrist. And he said, oh, my first trauma, I was 14 and I still had a nanny.
Yeah,
right?
He was like, that must have been 1983. He says it.
So there's something gonna play. We know that character, whatever character RDJ is playing, is the key to the entire thing.
Because that's the quote. The quote is 1983. I was 14 years old and I still had a nanny.
Yes.
So that's the quote that he mentioned, and that's why it's so weird that he mentions that he was in 83, and then when they go back to get the stone, his father said that his wife was expecting in April of 1970.
The secret child of Arnold Stark. Arnold Stark. Yep.
No, he gave birth. Oh, that baby is Doom. And that's how it begins.
It's Doom.
It's Doom. Now,
so should she push too hard? That's what you're trying to say. So
yeah,
came out with the
baby.
Damn, bro. That's a shitty way to come out.
I was like, but the thing is, like, Then what was the point of Doom in Fantastic Four?
Oh,
different timeline.
Variant.
Oh,
A variant because that's a completely different universe.
Well,
that's
they didn't show a face.
That's 828.
Yeah, they didn't show a face.
That's the
right?
that's the 828 universe.
They
That's
show
not the
a face.
616 universe.
Yeah, I'm saying it, but they showed a Doom, which is bugged out. Because I wonder if will they continue. You know, how does he come and play? Is my question.
my thing is this: if he is one of many Dooms, right? If Robert Downey Jr. is one of many Dooms, he's not the Doom, right? There'll be another Doctor Doom who is the alternate version that is Franklin Richards.
So that's the thing.
Because that brings me back to the comic book where Franklin takes himself.
That
goes
this-
back in time.
Maybe it was himself that came back, and that's why he touched his face. 'Cause
So
they-
I'm saying it's you say is that right? You say
Mm-hmm.
that. But will it be a Doom that will come and play for Doomsday or Secret Wars, or is it just because you know how they said that Fantastic Four was a self-contained movie?
right.
So what?
To backtrack real quick.
Would it be like
MCU? Tony Stark's birthday is May 29th, 1969.
So 69.
Yeah.
Right,
And it was April 1970.
April 1970 when he went back.
Yeah, when he went back. That's what I'm saying. So because he couldn't be born in 1970 at all to be 14.
Right, so he was almost
1983.
almost a full year old already.
Yeah.
So he was. That's why that look that you
Yeah.
mentioned, we never connected it, but now it makes sense.
It makes sense.
So that's what I'm saying. Because what I'm saying, the Fantastic Four, maybe if they do a part 2 where they have a self-contained story with that Doom, or or because it's Franklin take part of Doomsday or maybe Secret Wars
Or
with
maybe
the powers that he has.
Or maybe Doom found a way to
go-
harness power, and he needs Franklin, but he needs a young Franklin.
But that would he would travel.
Mm-hmm.
He would travel interdimensionally,
Ooh.
and the only one and the one person that created interdimensional travel is
Hold on.
How
about this?
Reed Richards.
No.
Richards.
How about
the
this?
bridge.
The
that he
bridge,
built.
yes. Well, how about this? Let's say Tony-
I'm gonna step out of MCU for a minute.
Okay.
You guys, I don't know if you've ever seen Lost in Space,
yes.
right? The movie.
Yes.
Remember that he perfected a time tunnel,
yeah.
but it only had enough power to send one person back, and
Yeah.
he sent his son back.
Yeah.
And his son grew up. Yeah.
Right, his son. Right, so it could be one of those things where he got to where Franklin got to the future after developing all the tech that his father developed, and he finally perfected it, and that's the only time that he can go. He went back after it was finally perfected to go see his younger self.
But why would he go back at that point?
Maybe he went disguised as Doom because his time machine only recognizes Doom.
But why would it only recognize Doom? Unless Reed,
Because
was a
Doctor Doom has his own time platform. That's why.
but that's comics,
or he went back to. He had to go back to when his own powers started developing. To kind of jump
mentor him?
to mentor or to jumpstart it.
To jumpstart or to speed it up.
Yeah.
Possibly. Or here's my theory. Tony Stark.
That's if we stay with the Franklin
Richards being the
Yeah.
other Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Because remember, even in Marvel Rivals, we have 2 different Doctor Dooms.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, and it's not the first time we have multiple Doctor Dooms. We also have, Tony Stark and Victor Von Doom switching bodies and the whole 9-yard, what if story. Right?
They were roommates in college.
Yeah,
blah blah.
That
whatever.
bullshit. Now, if you make them brothers,
Arnold Stark. I want them to say
Arnold Stark, right?
If they,
I know.
If they
I know.
just want to. I just want them to say the name.
It bugs me because they show RDJ so much as Doctor Doom.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a front from the Russos.
I think but they wouldn't reveal him hidden amongst a bunch of Dooms to reveal himself as Doom because he is announced as Doom. That's why got everybody like, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But
you think it's going to be a red herring, and he's only going to be like
fake out?
Yeah,
he's going to be only in like the first third or the last third of the movie.
I would love,
possibly.
I would love for it to be a fake out. To be honest, just because of the way the Russos are. They've thrown red herrings before with Endgame and all that.
They have, but not when they clearly announced them on stage at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes, that's the ultimate red herring, my man.
I mean, it's a misdirect. I think
that could be a misdirect, but then you're miscasting.
No, yeah, miscasting.
No, because
he's a Doom.
He is a Doom.
It's not a miscasting. I'm going to tell you why. You think that they would have got the development and the funding if they didn't have RDJ on the project?
Of course not.
I don't know.
Of course not.
So they have to do the story with him in it in order to build that story, and then they could cut out because he's only contracted to do this one movie now. He only came back for Doomsday. Maybe Secret Wars.
No,
maybe.
He will be Secret Wars.
So
he will be Secret Wars.
He's not gonna be like. It's because it's an Avengers movie, and the Avengers movie is always a team up, and there's multiple you got the main cast. There's 15 people, right? It's not gonna be directly him heavy. Focus of the entire time.
No,
I think it's gonna be like. Almost like what they did with Endgame, where they're developing the team, they're going back, right? As they're doing, whether it's different projects or they're strengthening their resources, whatever.
But let me finish my thought.
Yeah, go ahead.
How about this? Tony Stark that died, right? His body died, but his mind didn't.
Yeah.
His mind didn't. He ends up whatchamacallit, going to doing what Wolverine did for Days of Future Past, where his consciousness went back in time, right?
I mean,
wait.
Go ahead.
I'm
going to touch on that. I'm going to throw sprinkle some salt on that one. Hold on.
Hear me out. So, to prevent fucking up. Right, because Doctor Strange, it was one out of how many?
I'm gonna sprinkle some salt on that one too.
Right. One out of how many times? Only one worked.
16 million, whatever, and 5.
What if he actually found a dimension where he could find somebody equally as powerful to create a world for him, using Franklin?
Okay.
To make Secret Wars instead of using what Doom did in the comics, which was. Using the Infinity Stones.
Okay, so the first little bit of flavor that I'm going to put onto that is, we talk about throwaway lines and and loose ends and freaking whatever, right? It was the first Avengers, not the first Avenger, not Cap's movie, the first team up, when he picks up the phone when Coulson is trying to get upstairs and he's like, "You reached the life model decoy of Tony Stark," blah 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 blah. Right.
Ooh.
So a little sprinkle of flavor in there.
That could
a little sprinkle flavor for thought, right? So because out of all the things that he's done, you don't think that he found a way to upload his consciousness into a server somewhere. He has all different types of AI. So he probably uploaded his consciousness at least a dozen times already.
But wait, doesn't the life model decoys bleed out milk?
I don't know.
If I remember correctly, they don't show blood; they show milk.
Right. So that's one thing. The other thing about Doctor Strange, talking about he went and saw all 16 million, blah 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 blah. We know from his movie that the Ancient One looked back at this moment in time, and she could not look any further because she could not look past her own death.
Yeah.
So all the 16,000,005 variations are only the ones that Doctor Strange was still alive. There could have been a version where they won that he wasn't alive. He only saw the one that he was still alive in.
Well, I mean, in 838, he sacrificed himself.
Yeah.
And saved. Remember, he sacrificed himself.
Right.
To stop Thanos. So
right.
He died in that one.
He died in that one, but that wasn't the same universe.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that's not the same timeline. It's a different. Or That's a branch timeline
That's
or
a
whatever.
branch. Yeah. Well,
But if he's looking through them, let's say, he wouldn't be able to see past that one.
Right.
So he was like, nah.
Right. Well, I'm not choosing that one. I'm not choosing that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm
He
saying.
chose one where he was still alive.
But he was still
but see,
alive.
because the thing is this, the question was finding a way where they win specifically. Not so much, of him being alive,
Right.
But
Where-
how can he
where-
see himself alive if not having the victory?
Oh, but
itself?
then again,
Well,
he didn't
with-
die killing Thanos. He used Darkhold, right?
He used a Darkhold.
and then Black Bolt killed him.
Right. But also another thing that I'm going to throw a little curveball in there. They never talked about, and this mixes in between some of the shows like
Agents of Shield and all
Agent
that.
and Shield and the fucking Secret Invasion,
Yeah.
right? Where he was like, oh, we had people collecting the DNA.
You think he's a scroll?
No, what? That's something different. But collecting the DNA, but they never mentioned what happened to Tony's body.
Okay.
Because they only cut from the battlefield to
Straight to the funeral.
To the memorial.
to the memorial.
It was the memorial, the heart. That they
Oh, yeah, they did the
heart.
heart.
And his original heart,
Yeah.
where they put it in the case, right? So they never mentioned what they did with Tony's body, right? Tony was infused with nanotech, right? Because he
grafted it to his body.
because he died, it grafted to his body,
And it burned him
and it burned him.
because you saw the.
Yeah. So you think he came back as a life model decoy?
So Doom is disfigured with a metallic body.
He didn't really die.
He didn't really die.
He didn't really die, but Snap itself damaged his brain in a way where he sees things differently, and became Doom. That's interesting too. But I'm sorry, I'm gonna do an offshoot real quick.
Okay.
Just
once I said scrolls.
yes, because in Secret Invasion, you said they had the DNA of all these people,
All the heroes, yes.
all the heroes. Wouldn't that be a beautiful way for Sinister to come in?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. For
The
X-Men and all that.
database of all the mutants with all those powers,
Yes.
and the place is not completely destroyed, and Sinister finds it. I'm sorry, I'm just going. I went off completely off topic.
But
we
it
like
makes
the-
sense. It makes sense because remember we get X-Men characters in here.
That's why we get
we
X-Men
like
characters.
we like the offshoots. The only thing that I would use to kind of cut that down a little bit is
More salt?
a little bit more salt, right? A little bit more flavor.
I
right?
can't have too much salt, man.
I'm gonna
Fucking salt bait and shit.
Let me salt bait this real quick. Is that they're saying that this is going to be the true? They're omitting all the other properties, all the other Marvel properties that came out after Endgame. This is supposed to be a direct lineage after Endgame.
After Endgame, that's why they were releasing Endgame with additional scenes.
So they're gonna absolve everything else that happened.
I know, but it's just thinking back to it.
Yeah.
Because just thinking back to it, it would be a perfect way for Sinister to get his hands and start his experiments because he finds, this database of mutant DNA that he could use to infuse himself.
Sinister is also a couple of 100 years old.
Yes, he's a couple of 100 years old, and he's always looking to get be the perfect human.
Be the perfect
That's what I'm
specimen.
saying. It's just thinking about it. I was like, wow, that would be beautiful. Not being part of Doomsday or anything. Just like I said, it's
Just
completely
pepper
off.
that motherfucker in there.
Yeah, like throw him in there somehow where he finds it.
So it's not salting; it's peppering that motherfucker in there.
I'm throwing some spice. I'm throwing the whole damn spice rack into
Adobo
this.
in there, bro. No, but okay. So let's go back to that. It's just when he mentioned that
Skrulls, bro.
The first thing that popped in my head was like, the Skrulls were collecting DNA.
Yeah.
Who else could use the DNA? And we're getting this mutant saga coming up and everything else.
So
because Secret Invasion wasn't really that big of a
So
a show.
If they completely omit everything that happened in Secret Invasion and all that, right? We don't have the question of when Rhodey was captured. We don't have the question of who collected the DNA and why, and they were doing the experiments. It was almost like AIM, where they had everybody in the basement.
Soldier program all over again.
Right? But I'm saying, listen, the body, the nanites that is in his body.
You think it takes time? Maybe he did die. Maybe he did die. The privacy of his brain is what causes the change in personality. Right. It takes time for the nanobots to build the connections back in his body, the neural connections and everything else from his brain, repairing organs and all that stuff. So it takes time.
Because he already has nanites in his body from part 2 when he was injecting his arm.
Oh, when he did the freaking house party protocols, when he had Mark 42
in part 3, right?
When he had, dude,
just in time.
So he already has nanites in his body, and then he also has the nanites that create his suit.
You got to earmark this right here because when the movie comes out next year, we're gonna have to come back to this episode. I have to earmark this episode
because there's so much happening behind the scenes. If we stop. Even WandaVision was a little bit of that, where they was like, oh, they still had the body from Infinity War when Vision was destroyed, that they were experimenting on, right?
You think Tony's consciousness went into Vision?
Not into Vision specifically, but I think he had to have some because Tony is who he is. I have to think he found a way to upload his consciousness beforehand.
Okay. I see what you're going with that.
Right. And the question of him, like his body, like I know it's not exactly there. It's not exactly thought out.
It's just that we never see the body, and usually when somebody dies, we see the body.
Well, yeah.
But then again, you can make that argument with Quicksilver because we did see him die on camera.
Well, yeah,
but we don't see a burial for him or a memorial.
Well, that's what I mean. Like they don't exactly have it, but. There's something like if they're gonna go the route of like anger beings or or variants, they have to say that like Tony has to be Tony in every universe, and they have to somehow. I'm thinking that there's a way they're gonna maybe fuss a little and say that they needed to keep his body for some reason.
I'm saying this now. Tony Stark is an anchor being, and they need to replace him.
Oh, they didn't replace him. He just came back with the nanobites and bats. Keep saying bites. It could be. Shield's a secret Shield project. They kept his body.
We already know that he knew about the Illuminati because of part 2. He had the icon on his little tablet, his little phone thing.
Or it could be the Illuminati that took his body.
Right. So there's all these little nuggets here and there that are like, okay, are these puzzle pieces gonna fit, or are they just way outside of the realm of possibility? Because I think especially because of who he is and what he did, they're not just they're gonna build a mausoleum to him as like that. That's what I'm not surprised about is like. I'm going to go to a different property right now. DC, when Superman died, they created a whole mausoleum to him. Because he was that important to the Earth.
Okay.
The one Avenger that died in Endgame, they're not going to do a mausoleum to him? What happened to that body?
A mausoleum? I mean, they didn't have one. They had people spray painting the walls. They had murals all over the city. So
all over the world, they had murals for him.
So they were mourning him, and saying how he saved the world.
Right. The one person in the most epic battle in the team that saved the world multiple times that was so influential. They just be like, oh, he's dead, and not even blink an eye and tell and hint at what happened afterwards.
Wait, correct me if I'm wrong. When they did the final battle, it wasn't on Earth.
Yes, it was. It was at the Avengers campus.
Avengers campus?
It was a kind of state, yeah.
All right.
Real upstate.
I'm getting
Rochester.
Rochester, New York. Okay. No. I'm asking questions.
Yeah.
Okay. So we verified is on Earth. So basically, I heard what Keith said and what you were saying about the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., grabbing...
or Illuminati. You mentioned Illuminati as well.
Or Illuminati.
Our
version, yeah.
Our universe is Illuminati.
The one we're watching, the main MCU universe.
Yeah.
The 19999 or what we consider the 616.
616 now. Yeah. Which they need to fix that shit.
Well, I think it's Sony. Didn't Sony refer to it as 19999?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sony did. But
I think Sony referred it to that, thinking they could fool them into taking the 616 for themselves.
Yeah.
I have a theory now.
Mm-hmm.
What if all the films that we're watching, right? Mm-hmm. Each one of them are different timelines, setting in the same place, but we only saw Endgame's version, right?
That's what I'm guessing.
Because remember,
of the 16 million possibilities, we only saw that one.
We only saw that one, exactly. Because here's the thing.
And within the TVA, they said what they did was supposed to happen. They allowed it to happen. They didn't prune it because that's what...
Because it's part of the sacred timeline.
What needed to happen. So it was always going to happen that way.
Yeah, and that timeline was supposed to be that way.
Yeah.
Right? Now, with that happening, and then Loki happening, right?
Which sees everything.
Which seizes everything, creates the tree of life, and he becomes the god of stories. So the timeline, instead of being that ring, it spreads out like a virus, right?
Love that.
Like
Idris Elba. Nice.
Yeah, the tree of life, yeah.
Yeah, like the tree of life.
Yeah, it was nice.
But just like the nanobots in Tony's body. Meaning, what if the nanobots...
You were going to say bites like me,
I said, yeah. Kickstarted his body while he was buried.
That's what I'm saying. That he died. Mm-hmm. He died.
Because the nanites are still alive.
But the
nanites still
they
function.
need to repair his body.
Yeah.
So he was dead, in the sense that his heart stopped. He was dead, and the nanites decided to rebuild his body. The neural connections back. Repairing his heart, whatever organs were damaged in the snap. Mm-hmm. But the burnt skin, because it's fused with the metal, they can't really repair.
Well, the burnt skin is radiation from the snap.
Yeah, so that's hard.
That you can't repair scar tissue.
I mean, no, you can repair scar tissue, but it'll stay scar tissue.
That's what I mean by repairing.
It's irradiated skin because it gave off gamma radiation.
And it's burnt.
So but still, it's like, I'm thinking Doom with his scarred body, and the reason why he wears the suit is because he has deformities.
I have a feeling
unless Arnold is deformed.
Well, I have a feeling that
he was deformed, and they gave him up because he was deformed.
Wait,
they didn't. Because
I know the Tree of Life have something to do with it. I know it does.
I think the Tree of Life is going to do with Secret Wars.
No, but,
because I think the pooling of all those people from different, all the X-Men coming from different timelines and everything else, I think it's going to cause some kind of because in the comics,
I know,
and then it was a woman that combined it all together to fix it, but I think that's going to be Loki's job. Yeah. I think Loki's going to come in at the end and try to fix everything and connect it to one timeline.
There is a point where he transferred his consciousness to Arno.
See? I knew it. That was in 2025, right? The comic Iron Man 2025?
Villainous genius rival who becomes the villainous Iron Man in 2020.
2020. Okay.
Possessing advanced tech and virtual armor. His story involves a consciousness transfer.
Stark.
I'm thinking
we said it a while back. We was talking about.
I know. I had to look it up because
we said this a while back that it's got to be Arnold Stark.
Way back.
We're talking about like our first podcast.
I said it in 2023. Over a year.
Bro.
Almost 2 years now.
But during this podcast, when we was going through the theory, it was like, we all agreed that it was going to be. They have to bring Arnold Stark.
It was a year ago, 2024. So it was a year ago.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking back at our first podcast here. But everybody's we were talking about that. The Russo brothers like to pull some kind of they like to pull some kind of obscure or something that people won't really expect, and bring it into and bring it into being with like Endgame and all that stuff. So it's interesting. I wonder what comics they're gonna pull from. I mean, they already gave the hint of in Deadpool for Secret Wars, the torn up comic in the ground for Secret Wars.
And that was in the void.
In the void, yeah.
In the void.
So like they gave hints. There's hints that they were allowed to put in to show you what kind of Secret War it's gonna be.
Did anybody try decoding that photo yet?
Which photo?
Oh, they did. People decoded it as X-Men versus Avengers.
Yeah.
Oh, where they're in the back.
The Russo Ramo, with the X's.
Yeah, X's.
The X's and the big A.
Big A, and then verse.
So and the verses in the middle.
Yeah,
and the way the lighting is, the slash, the X/A.
Yeah.
So that photo was put in there because we know it's gonna end in a reboot.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
It's gonna end in a reboot to bring in the mutants.
The next phase is supposed to be the mutants, so they're gonna go a completely different route.
And they already started sprinkling the mutant gene again with Miss Marvel. Instead of making her inhuman, they made her mutant. Or they said that she had a mutant gene in her.
She had a mutation.
Yeah, that allowed her to handle the bracelet the way she did.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, I didn't get to show Keith my new toy. But this goes back to what you said. So you said mutants, right? They're doing a Wolverine movie.
Right. He agreed that he was going to do another standalone movie. They're talking about it. There's whispers of it.
So
would it be the reject Wolverine from Deadpool?
It might be the reject.
It might be the reject Wolverine. We don't know, but everyone's speculating this is the one that they're going to have him versus the Hulk.
Right.
That's funny because
John Bryan.
Because for is it Brand New Day where they're gonna have the Grey Hulk?
Grey Hulk, yeah.
The speculation is Grey Hulk.
Well, they
still have no idea who Sadie Sink is gonna be.
No, they don't know who Sadie Sink is gonna be.
They rumored two things: either it's gonna be Mayday Parker or a Spider-esque female, or
Black Cat.
Not even Black Cat.
Not even Black Cat.
Not even Black Cat.
No.
What they said she may be is the Phoenix.
Okay.
And rope her in there.
She's young enough.
And rope her in there so that way they could tie in Spider-Man and all that other stuff. Kind of giving us that cartoon version that we got.
The cartoon version had Spider-Man and X-Men together.
They mentioned it, but she might even be just a post-credit scene.
Or she
we don't know. She could just be a post-credit where let's say she's the Phoenix. It'll be a post-credit scene.
But to tie in because they're gonna need someone to carry the next set of movies.
And she's young enough for them to keep for the next 10 years.
But they also said that based on the dress that she had, the outfit that she had on set, that she is legitimately playing one of the people who are tied into Punisher's group.
Okay.
So we could be theorizing all fucking wrong when it comes to Sadie Sink's character.
No, because what I said is that they even mentioned like Grey Hulk and all that stuff, but they don't really talk a lot about who Sadie Sink is going to be.
No, because they say she's going to be that.
She can be Jean. She can be
Jean, or she could be the replacement for Mary Jane.
Because now it's also rumored from IGN. They're rumoring it's going to be Shanthra, yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, with shape-shifting multiversal villain.
Yeah,
that she could be a villain.
That she's hiding amongst the Punisher's group in order to do what she's gonna do.
So there's a lot of different
there's so many angles.
I said Penny. I meant Mayday Parker, which they mentioned. They mentioned Phoenix. So
get my daughter's name out your mouth.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking about Penny from the Spider-Verse. Because people are dying to see a live-action Miles, but Sony's not going to give that up. No. Sony's definitely not giving that up, especially with all the pushback that they had already for
they already have
the cartoon.
They already have agreement to have all those characters. So
So it's crazy.
Because they own Spider-Man, but they don't own. I think they gave up Peter Parker.
They gave up Peter Parker,
but they own Miles.
Which, well, that's the thing. I never seen any official saying that they gave up Peter Parker to MCU, but Spider-Man name they kept.
Yeah.
So they, I think they allowing them to use Peter Parker, but they need to pay for Spider-Man, and they're keeping Miles. There's no way they're gonna give up Miles.
No.
The only way they give Miles is there's some kind of blockbuster agreement where Sony's gonna get money. I mean, they already saw how much they got billions of dollars for Spider-Man, doing it with the MCU. Mm-hmm. So, maybe they're like, oh man, let's see how much more we could get if we lend them Miles. But I don't think that's gonna happen.
That won't happen.
But people are speculating because of the Secret Wars that they're releasing, or the Secret Wars that they hinted at. The comic book has Miles in it.
It does have Miles in it.
So, since they hinted that Secret Wars, people were like, if it's that Secret Wars, Miles is going to show up. And then they had into the Spider-Verse when they showed different
variations.
They showed Tobey Maguire. They showed Tom Holland. Andrew Garfield. They own Garfield and Tobey Maguire, but they showed Miles. They showed Miles. They showed
the PS5 or version of Spider-Man.
They showed
Ben Parker.
Guy, Danny Glover.
Donald Glover.
As the Prowler. That's why I said Danny. That's why I say Donald. That's why Danny. So, he was sitting there. He was just like,
he was the Prowler. He was like, yes, to stare at me is kind of rude.
Yeah. So British accent. So he's there, but they used him, and that's MCU. Remember when he was trying to be tough?
Yeah, but he was.
He's like, I got a cousin. My cousin lives in whatever.
And they mentioned
I have a nephew.
He says a nephew, which everybody speculated is Miles.
Yeah.
And Miles is like
right age. He's the right age.
He's the right age, and Miles was a mistake. The spider that bit him is interdimensional.
That's for the animated movie.
No, for the animated movie. Yeah, because what I'm talking about is an animated movie. Obviously, that he's the anomaly.
Supposed anomaly.
Supposed anomaly. So like they mentioned because they mentioned that it was a multi-dimensional spider that bit him. It's like, they playing into
they may
the
play
MCU
into that and throw him in there.
In there.
That would be nice.
That's why people want it. But I think personally, I don't think they're going to use them. They're not going to be allowed to use them.
But everyone's alluded to that same theory.
They're gonna play around the edges of like leaving hints, but
they have again. Yeah, they had Danny Glover play his uncle, and he said, "I gotta go."
Hold up, all this Spider-Man talk. I'm still waiting for Spider-Man Noir, man. Shit.
So much that came out with that, and they're using your favorite Spider-Man as Spider-Man Noir.
My favorite Spider-Man,
Ben Reilly.
Ben Reilly.
Oh, they're using the name Ben Reilly.
They use the name, but. Just because they use the name Ben Reilly, people are speculating it's Ben Reilly.
Nah.
And that version is Ben Reilly, and he becomes Spider Noir.
Yeah.
Which is why I say it's your favorite, because I know you like Scarlet Spider.
Scarlet Spider's my guy.
It's probably
the sensational Spider-Man is my Spider-Man I grew up with. Like, I grew up in a time where I saw that costume. I'm like, oh, that's an awesome costume. I never liked that.
You cosplayed him as him in Comic-Con and everything.
Dude, like, I love his spider logo because it just encompassed the entire outfit, like the black suit, where the same spider's in the front, it's in the back. I never liked that round spider, that chubby spider in the back. I never liked that spider.
The spider?
I never liked that spider. It never appealed to me, and I think the reason I didn't like it is because my first Spider-Man toy never had it in the back because I had the voice activated Spider-Man, so there was nothing painted in the back because you plugged that big voice box in the back.
That's why.
But I also had the Secret Wars Spider-Man, which was the black costume. That was my favorite one. I'm like, oh,
I still have it at home, 9.6. Dude, it's sitting there. I go, yeah. That's why I'm waiting for this. This is Secret Wars, man. Speculation. Let's see where that comic book goes.
Oh man. And Blade ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Well,
it's just so bad. Too bad, man. To be honest, because they could even bring back Wesley Snipes.
Dude, if they brought back Wesley Snipes, and look,
I'm saying they could. If if this one with what's his
Deadpool?
name? What's the name? The one that's supposed to play
Mahershala Ali.
Ali, right? Sorry, man, I'm butchering the name. I apologize. But
he's hungry. Don't worry.
He's not listening.
But
I don't think anyone from the MCU is actually listening to this.
yeah, this will be the one thing they listen to. Someone will clip this and fucking that's it.
They can't say your name right, man.
Well, I'm sorry. I apologize. So I'm covering my bases.
Yeah.
If that one really is dead in the water completely, I mean, there's no reason why not to bring Wesley back, even if it's just for Secret Wars.
So okay,
you know what I mean?
That
People are speculating that Gambit's gonna come back.
No, he is coming back
Because that clip in the TV where he's looking at something and it lights up, it's like it's a portal. Like it's a portal. So why not?
It's a Disney sparkle.
so
It's a sparkle.
Wesley Snipes was a rated R.
It's
Marvel
old
character. Okay,
yeah.
There's no way that he was gonna be taken down by a bunch of pussies like that. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
All
listen. You talking to a Blade fan, bro. I'm telling you this right now. Even Stan Lee said it. If it wasn't for Wesley Snipes playing Blade,
There would be no MCU.
there will be no MCU. Marvel will be down the toilet.
I beg to differ from Stan Lee. I think it was Howard the Duck.
You're stupid. That's funny. That's the second time somebody mentioned Howard the Duck to me. My father mentioned it. Like, yo, you should show Penny Howard the Duck. And I'm like, nope.
But listen, with Wesley Snipes being who he is and obviously older, are they gonna play his age because he's a daywalker? He's not supposed to age. So if from the 90s, if we're not gonna use the same timeline, because from the 90s till now, right, 30 plus years, right? Are they gonna be like, this is because Whistler's dead? He's still on his own. All the little factions, the Oracle's dead. So
I'm gonna put some salt on that motherfucker right there. Hold on. I'm gonna put some salt on that.
All right. But
in the movie,
yeah,
they specified that he ages slower, not that he's immortal.
Right. No.
So he ages slower. Therefore, the little gray on his head from Deadpool and Wolverine, accurate as fuck.
It's accurate. It's accurate as fuck, but it's also like it's 30 years later.
It is 30 years later, but he doesn't look that old either.
He didn't look that old in there at all, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he looked good.
Yeah.
And it was just a little gray stripe. And I'm like...
Exactly. I got a gray stripe at 30, bro.
I had this in my 20s. So imagine...
A little tuft of hair right there.
The injection he takes. What if the explanation would be that they were able to come up... The serum came up with a better serum where he takes it and he
doesn't have the thirst. He doesn't have the thirst. He doesn't have the thirst,
but he also ages quicker now.
Chronologically,
like Wolverine does.
He could just mention it like that throwaway line, like, we found this new serum, and it puts away myself, but the trade-off is that I age like a normal human now.
Which, you know what?
So you could throw it in there like that.
You could throw it in there like that, but just like Deadpool throwing in Logan as the anchor being that's how many years in the future? But and then he's dead, but he died being a hero. Everybody loves it and shit like that, and it'll take thousands of years for it to collapse or so on and so forth. But he never became a member of the team at that time.
Yeah.
So it's like.
So I'm saying there could be ways to get around him aging. There's ways to get around him aging. It's just like it's funny because that part kind of cemented the fact that Blade is dead in the water, the movie, because he said there will only be one blade.
There's only one blade, and there will always be one blade.
Deadpool opens his eyes wide at the camera, giving you that the
wall break,
that fourth wall break.
So it's dead. that movie's dead.
Like, movie's dead. Yo, I have people who really hate Gambit in my collecting community. They really do not like Channing Tatum as Gambit. They do not like him whatsoever. I enjoy him as Gambit because the one who played Gambit in X-Men Origins, he was not the Raging Cajun. He was not the King of Thieves. No. He didn't have the swagger of a thief. But what Channing Tatum did was so accurate to what happened
but that's
in
also
real life.
That's fan service too. That was his. It's just like Deadpool is Ryan Reynolds' dream role.
No, it wasn't that.
But
they had a script.
That was his dream role. Yes,
it was his dream role. But the thing is, they had a script for Gambit, and he was like fucking fighting for it.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and funny enough, I'll tell you that I didn't want him to be Gambit when I first.
Yeah.
Gambit is my favorite X-Men. Okay.
I hear you.
And when I heard, he wants to up the part, I think me and my cousin went back and forth talking about how terrible it'll be. It'll be Magic Mike esque or whatever.
Because before that, all he did was Magic Mike and 21 Jump Street.
But his
he also had
here.
Yeah.
Completely changed my mind. Yeah. I think he played
a
really good.
He also had a movie with Terrence Howard that he was a fighter. He was a fighter. He fought in the subway. He was selling books. Terrence Howard had some goons, and they went and pulled it. They stole money from him. He went and found him in the restaurant, and made him get his money back.
Oh, it's Channing Tatum. I keep saying Tatum Channing.
Yeah,
they got he did Bullet Train.
Yeah, Fighting 2009.
Yeah, Fighting.
Yeah,
bro. The thing is this: he did a lot of films, but yeah, he's the what we call in the wrestling community, which we're gonna go into real quick after this. He's a babyface. Yeah, he's a babyface, but he's also played villains too. Like, that one where he's a rich, pioneer, basically placating to Epstein and all that. You know what I mean? With the whole kidnapping women, and it's the same women all the time too, and they have this pheromone plant and shit like that. Yeah. That was a good fucking movie. I
haven't seen it. Blink Twice.
Blink twice. Yes, I seen that movie one time. I was like, oh shit. Funny. That shit was crazy. Granted, it's somewhat of a chick flick. It's a horror chick flick, if you will, because that's a woman's worst nightmare. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course, being trafficked. Yeah,
being trafficked.
Terrible.
And not you're being trafficked out of your will, but then again, it is your will because you're manipulated to via the pheromones. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, because that 21 Jump Street and Magic Mike was the same year, 2012. The movie you were talking about him fighting was 2009.
Yeah, Blink Twice 2024. So
right,
last year. It's just the way I seen him.
It's
when they mentioned it, the way he was, it was Magic Mike.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, nah, man, I was against it until this performance in Deadpool. Then it opened my eyes. I changed my mind. So I don't know. I'm like, people still hate him. I'm not sure why. He did a fucking fantastic job. And then the fighting and the way he was using his power, it was a fantastic job. I was sorry. Like, if that don't change your mind, then you're just being a hater.
Dude, I love the fact.
It's comic accurate, too.
Yes, he's comic accurate. He's fucking comic accurate, bro.
It was good.
They're doing the comic accurate uniforms for Cyclops and everybody else. They're gonna have him. They're gonna have him in it.
Dude.
If he comes back, I'll be happy because he did a great fucking job.
Oh, he better come back.
He changed my mind. I could show you Facebook's posts from back when they announced it, and you'll see how much I was hating. I'll show you how much I was hating. Because that's what I pictured him as. Like, he's gonna show up and then he's gonna have no shirt and he's gonna be like, and like shoot, like fucking.
But then you see him in the comics.
Activate his nipples while he dances.
No. But it works with him. It works with him because here's the thing. There's times where there's downtime at the X Mansion, right? And you see Jim Lee drawing Gambit in a freaking halter top, tank top with shorts playing basketball.
We all remember the 89, whatever.
The 97.
The 97 swimsuit issue.
The 96, 95, yes, swimsuit issue. Yeah, it was the 96, 95 swimsuit issue they had.
Everybody's out by the pool.
Everybody by the pool and I have that issue too.
I remember buying the issue, and the guy that I bought comics from was like, "Oh, this is a good issue. This is a good issue." Then he saw a swimsuit issue, and he just looked at me. And I was like, what? It's like everybody's picking it up, right? Yeah. I'm going to pick it up too.
Yeah, with the nice silver font, bold.
So it's like, but the thing is, it's just the way it's, again, like I said, it was back then, and that's why I pictured him as, I'm like, oh, he's going to be like a sex symbol. Like, I was thinking like women are going to be like, ooh, you know, and then it'll ruin the experience. I was being a little
hater.
gatekeeping hater.
He was a hater.
I admit it.
You
He admitted it though. But the thing is, he also changed his mind. That's great.
It's
I
great.
saw his performance, and I was like, "Oh shit, he's gambling."
Now
I agree with you, and I'm gonna hate you a little bit more. I'm just gonna play with you a bit. You're the same haters that hated when fucking they talk about Mystique didn't have the white dress, blah blah blah.
Oh no, I wasn't like that. I wasn't like that. I was
all
more
for
like
the nakedness.
I was all in.
I'm like,
I was all in.
Body
Fist
paint,
bump.
body paint, and you're worried about a white dress?
Nah,
Listen,
I was all in on that.
Listen. Low key, I will lick that body paint off of.
So listen. All of the
Both Mystiques.
All of the cast is most of the cast is coming back.
Yeah.
And they didn't announce Mystique.
Nope.
So which Mystique are we gonna have?
I think we're gonna get the younger Mystique.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Just because. One, it suits the timeline that they're gonna tell us, right? By mixing in the two individuals, right? Because technically speaking, her character doesn't change. The actress may have changed
because they have Rebecca Romaine as Mystique, but are they finally going to do the dress?
Yes. Rumor has it they're gonna get all comic book accurate shit after Wolverine. Dude, I lost my fucking mind. I seen that movie 4 fucking times, bro.
The yellow and blue.
Yo, the brown and yellow, the yellow and blue. Shit, the Age of Apocalypse. One-armed bandit fucking up Deadpool for the first time. He said that motherfucker fly into the wall on top of the car. He jumped right on top and fucking go all feral. Then we got our proper short king, which now seeing it accurate, we could all laugh and be like, yeah, that shit was not gonna fucking work.
If they would have tried to do it accurate,
hell yeah, that shit would not fucking work. Because
I wanted Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
They talk about David Radcliffe.
Danny DeVito's Puck.
Oh no, I'm saying like when he was going back, and I wanted the accurate when he came off and he was that short. I wanted him to turn around and it was fucking Danny DeVito.
That would have been that would have been Fat Wolverine in the alternate because they have the what ifs. What if Wolverine just didn't give a fuck or nothing and he just stood home eating, and eating was his weakness, and motherfucker's pudgy as me, sitting in the living room with his undies and shit. But dude, like every suit that they've done Patch, they've done Old Man Logan. They even did him sacrifice on the cross.
Yeah,
that's the comic book.
Apocalypse fucking Wolverine, which is fucking amazing.
Dude, amazing. And the thing is this, the 3 main ones got figures. Well, 4. Because a third party said, fuck that, we're going to hop on it, and they made Patch. I got Patch, I got the brown suit, I got the yellow suit twice, because I wanted both looks and extra pieces just in case the silicone arms deteriorated over time, after rough posing or leaving it in the pose for too long, because I know how the material works over time with my collectibles. But they also did, the Age of Apocalypse, and I have that pre-ordered. That's coming in too, dude. The comic book accurateness got everybody hyped when they did Cowboy Deadpool. That was voiced by freaking this dude who was also in Magic Mike.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey. Everybody loves that. Everyone loved it. It was awesome.
We talked about comic accurate.
Escape from New York. What I call Escape from New York.
So
Escape from New York.
of the OG 2000 X-Men movies, you have Ian McKellen. You have Patrick Stewart, which he announced he's going to do his retirement. Obviously, he's not going to carry any more movies.
You got Glenn Close.
You have Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler. He's going to be comic accurate. James Marsden as Cyclops. Rebecca Romaine as Mystique. Let's see who else. I'm going through the list.
So Rebecca is classified as Mystique.
Right. Yeah.
See.
So, they announced for Doom. Then I don't know if they announced for Secret Wars. So they're probably gonna do the reboot after Secret Wars. They're probably gonna do a dimension hop where they see them all in comic accurate, and it's gonna be maybe 4 or 5 scenes, and like they're gonna split off in teams, because the only one that's still still quote young enough. I mean, they're in the 50s. Kelsey Grammer is voicing Beast. That's going to be CGI all day long.
They did it in the Marvels.
Marvel, yes.
So he says he loved the role. He loves coming back to it. The only one that I can see that's going to continue is him because he can still do the voiceovers.
What was doing that? You know that Mystique they have an opportunity with Mystique to use both actresses as the same character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just to show a younger version.
So where she could revert to her younger version to try to trick another group or whatever. Like this. The Mystique, I think, is one of the only characters they could do that where they could. She's
use
the same
actresses,
and is the same
around.
Character.
Yep.
Not just as two different Mystiques, but the same Mystique.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like have both of them out of makeup.
They did it
because they did it in first class.
Yeah, yes, they did it.
Where Michael Fassbender was I want to see I want to see the real Mystique, and she changed to her true form.
Man,
so doing so. That'd be a nice rare opportunity of them to use two actresses to portray the same Mystique and not have to mention one of them.
Yeah,
they can mention Rebecca Romijn because she'll be the main. She'll be in that form most of the time.
Yeah,
and then
she shapeshifts and she could be the other one.
Yeah, exactly. She could shapeshift into Jennifer Lawrence, and she could show up, and that'll be a surprise because it's the same character.
Right.
She plays the exact same character.
And mind you, she hasn't been announced yet, so that'll be a good throwback.
But this is the full roster, right?
So far, what they released, yeah.
What they released, yeah. As
because didn't they do a second roster?
No, they didn't. They never did. They have Namor, Huerta. They have Letitia Wright. They have.
So Namor's going to be here.
Namor's going to be
his ass back.
Awkwafina's going to be in it.
He did a good job.
He did a good job,
Dominic
but he was
Dorn,
on
Riri Williams going to be in it. Winston Duke, which is M'Baku.
Because he was in the
real quick,
Wakanda Forever, right?
Yeah. He was, but the thing is this: there was a lot of blowback with him because he was going through the same domestic problems and court shit that was going on. But if they got him, they have to bring back fucking Kang.
I have a feeling they're gonna bring.
They have to bring back.
There's either gonna be because of the whole dimensional shift of everything. I think there's gonna have to close it out to give it a proper ending to that potential project.
Close that fucking circle.
They're gonna have to have Doom and him fight.
But Kang could be the Beyonder.
Kang can be the Beyonder. Kang is also
what I'm saying is how they bring him back.
Kang is also
Secret Wars.
Well, listen, Kang is also a variant of Richards
as well. Yeah, you could do one as well. But I'm just saying, like, if they really want to bring him back like that, they could bring him back as the Beyonder, and that's how him and Doom will fight.
Yeah, you could do that too.
I mean, if you think about
it, you can because it follows through.
It follows through, and that's how they fight. That's how they're against each other. They will fight there.
And even what's his name? Danny Ramirez, Joaquin Torres. That was the Red Hood.
Red Hood, yeah. Danny's gonna be there. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that was. I like the way he played that too.
He played Hood awesome, but after seeing all the behind
no, excuse me, that wasn't Joaquin. That's the new Falcon. Excuse me.
Oh, that's also yeah. Well, yeah, we know he's gonna be in there. The new Falcon.
But just to recap, you're gonna have the comic accurate X-Men, old school 2000 X-Men, Fox Universe. They're gonna have to play off those properties because they finally have ownership. I'm not saying it's gonna be an entire movie, or if they're gonna carry through Secret Wars, they have to introduce a new variant of X-Men cast. But they're gonna give us the fan service of all the classic uniforms.
Oh, they're gonna give us the fan service and everything.
Yeah.
The introduction of the new ones, of the ones that will carry over to like the new phase, will probably either be at the end. Once the timelines are fused back together again,
everything resets, yeah.
And when everything resets, or we probably won't get them at all until the movie comes out, until X-Men come out.
Yeah.
And they'll do a proper origin of X-Men.
Well, it'll be a soft origin because we're gonna have the origin from what we know, at least our generation.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna have Doomsday introduce the characters again, but not as a reboot.
What I'm talking about is how they're gonna reboot everything for the mutant phase.
But when mutants come out, they probably won't need to do it. Yeah. when Mutants comes out, they're not gonna need to do an origin because they're gonna introduce them in Doomsday.
Yeah.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, but when the new ones, they won't show either the new ones in Secret War at all, or they'll show them toward the end. Is what I'm saying. Either going to be toward the end. Maybe one of the. What I'm guessing is that Secret Wars are probably going to have multiple
like an epilogue, like
post-credit scenes,
like what they did with Days of Future Past when they talk about all the battles that what happened.
So I think they're going to have either multiple post-credit scenes where they're going to show the reboot, or like I said, they won't show who the X-Men are until they make the Mutants movie.
I just had a sad thought.
Give it to me. Come on.
All right.
I've been dusting salt all over this
all right.
This
what if all this preparation and hype, right, is for not just for a reboot to start, right, but all this events is happening in Franklin's head. Thus, he makes Doom appear in front of him.
Because he
can do that.
He can control.
He can do that. So you think
he can warp reality?
That's fucking crazy.
The post-credit scene of Fantastic Four is
the end of Secret Wars,
where Franklin is. You think Franklin brings Doom to him? That's interesting.
And all this adventure that we've seen,
because it is years later.
It is years later.
It is years later. So it could be. That's good because of his powers. Yeah, but the thing is that it's years later, but they don't specify if he has a sister yet.
Right. Franklin is going to be the one to reset the universe.
Yes, but this is what I'm saying. Like, Doom appears in front of him at the end of Fantastic Four. They're saying this is a contained portion, right?
Yeah.
It's not an extended piece.
It's not going to connect to anything except for
if that ending, that end credit scene, is actually the ending of Secret Wars, and he's saying goodbye to Tony or Doom, Arnold Stark, right?
Anybody,
right? As in, thank you for the story. And the Fantastic Four universe is the only universe that exists, and everything else behind it was just a thought.
You know, him being a kid, maybe he developed it.
Imagination.
His own imagination.
That's a sad thought.
For his entertainment.
It'll be like the Dick Van Dyke joke where he wakes up at the end.
Bro.
And everything was a dream.
Yeah. But not necessarily a dream, but an imagination of him just creating it. And then just thinking of it like a blink of an eye. Like he just thought about it in his head, like what we did back in the day as kids when we play with our toys.
Or he combined he was the one, like you said, combines the timeline onto one, and he brings that Doom just to say goodbye.
Just to say goodbye.
Or what if why would if again Tony Stark or RDJ being Doom is not the real Doom? It's himself in the future, basically.
Yeah.
And then he gets defeated, and he brings him back to say goodbye, or he brings him back for a certain reason.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, you played off of the idea that I said earlier. So I'm like,
I'm saying. So it's on his head, but it's him in the future. And that's how he sees it, and everything. And then he brings him back for thank you for
Yeah, thank you for making me exist again.
Yeah, something like that. Like it brings him back somehow. That's interesting. It's really interesting.
Or maybe Doom would just find a way to like, can you fix my face?
Well, I mean,
But like, you brought me back. But why this fucked up? What's wrong with you?
There's
You're morbid,
there's Emperor Doom, right? So like he turned good, he turned bad, whatever. So maybe in 828, which is the standalone Fantastic Four, except for the end credit scene in Thunderbolts when the ship comes through. But
which there's no tie-in to that. There's nothing.
We still don't know. Whatever, maybe that's the interlude to create the format from Doomsday. Yeah. But maybe it is him, like he's gonna be the benevolent, the good Doom.
Can I throw something stupid?
Go ahead. Go ahead. This is speculation.
I've been throwing stupid all over this
podcast. That Reed Richards experiments never work the way
it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So what if he did create the bridge, and that's what he threw Galactus into, and it was detected. And Doom detected it with his advanced technology, reverse engineered it, and that's how he crossed the bridge. And met Franklin.
Because he went to a whole different part of the universe where it was unpopulated.
But throughout the whole movie, his inventions never work exactly
as it's supposed to. Well, no, not necessarily true.
And then it ported perfectly.
No.
But
not necessarily true.
It was an apple that he ported from one place to the other, right? That's
an
egg.
An
egg. Sorry,
Yeah,
right? An egg. That's a small object.
Yeah.
Now you would have to rewrite the equations for something bigger.
Yeah.
Like the whole town, the whole Earth.
Yeah.
But, all right. And what if he fucked up?
But see,
he did fuck up in a sense because they did the whole world effort of making all these pillars all over the place and they got
Silver
destroyed.
Surfer was destroyed.
Right.
So he had to recalculate a second time. Because the first time third time, because he calculated from the small to the Earth, and now he had to recalculate on the fly.
On the fly, yeah.
For the third, whatever on that fly on the third,
miscalculations.
The miscalculation led to the bridge. Remember on the board, on the blackboard that he had, the green board he had, you see the bridge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. As part of the equations, just to. Again, like I said, throw stupid in there.
No, not throw stupid. I'm going to play off of that. What if his miscalculations threw him into Doom's world, right? Dr. Doom's world, but he was Tony Stark.
Okay, so we'll keep...
And at that point, he actually saved the universe by killing Galactus, found a way to do it, whether it was the Thanos snap or whatever.
On the nullifier.
Or nullifier or whatever. But it didn't come without consequences. That's why he looks the way he looks. And came back to source to find out what was the point.
And in that case, he doesn't know the power that Franklin carries, but he's there because he knows the source was the Fantastic Four. Exactly. And what would hurt him he would know because Franklin has the same essence that Galactus needs to satiate his. So that's what I'm saying. That he would have to reverse engineer
the power cosmic.
Yeah. He would have to reverse engineer a way to detect cosmic powers.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I'm gonna throw some more stupid in there. What if in Secret Wars, Franklin is still young, right? And he creates the Unipower. And it jumps into everybody that actually had it in the comics. Spider-Man had it. Hulk had it. Thing had it. Thing turned blue. Spider-Man didn't change color. He had it for a split second. But then he actually changed his outfit. He had the spider over his mask, and everything else is the galaxy around him with the galaxy, the
cosmic Spider-Man. Yeah,
yeah. But that's the Uni Spider-Man. So so that would be dope to see him, get the Uni power, kind of like. Because I'm thinking toys. What would? All right, one. This is a double. What would they do if a kid had the power to create an entire world using his toys? As a film like this, right? The other thing is the House of Mouse and Marvel, they're no strangers to variants and making toys. They still making Deadpool and Wolverine toys as we speak. So if they make variants of those variants with a uni power, just switching off between people fucking up Doom, it's a stupid idea, but it's toys.
So I'll tell you this, going to the toys part, okay? That stuff is already in production. People already designed that stuff.
Yep.
They're probably already done all the approvals and they're in the factory and we're probably not going to see hints of the toys until it's going to come out in the holiday season.
Oh, they're going to get leaks. They're going to get leaks.
Doomsday is coming out December 18th, 2026. Just in time for the Christmas season. Mm-hmm. You're probably going to start seeing leaks. I'm going to say September.
Yep, because the data miners will always find out first.
It's just that there were no leaks for Doomsday. They played this so smart that everybody was focused on leaks from Brand New Day.
Yeah.
That Doomsday filming pretty much went undetected.
Yeah, because they were in production at the same time.
That's what I'm saying. But that's so smart of them because
they want to do something out in the open to distract you from something else.
Yeah.
Which is great Houdini stuff. But also, when you look at the entire situation as a whole, the toy stuff, right? The toy stuff, you got data miners that will find anything that's coming out from Hasbro or anywhere else, and they will let you know, yo, this is coming out. It's titled this. We think it's this.
Oh no, of course, yeah.
Right?
There's always, yeah.
So here,
I'm
gonna say this. So for the toy leaks, it's not gonna be any of the Marvel Legends ones. It's gonna be the higher end stuff. It's gonna be the Hot Toys. It's gonna be the NECA. It's gonna be those that are.
It might be third party shit from China.
It's gonna be
Third parties don't get theirs until after the film
right,
is done.
but it's I mean it's coming from the same factory anyway. So there's gonna be some things here and there. Funko always fucks things up. So Funko is gonna have with every movie, every property that comes out, they're gonna have their stuff already done. I think that we're gonna start seeing leaks of Funkos first,
of course, because they don't have a good security base anyway when it comes to that shit.
And it's either gonna completely
and Lego
right. It's either gonna completely ruin the movie, or it's gonna be more misdirection.
Yep.
I mean, they could always. I mean, because Funko has a track record of ruining things.
Yeah.
They could always withhold Funko from getting anything new until
they can do that. They
already have the license, but they're probably
the merch. See, when they finalize, when they have their concept art, right? Then they have their final production.
Yeah.
When they get into principal filming, right? This is the stuff that they actually gonna fucking use, right? And more often than not, they've been real good in taking what principal photography is doing and what's supposed to be out and about, for banners and threads and stuff like that, and applying it to their figures. I.e., we never see Wolverine with his sleeves and the cowl on at the same time. But there were toy statues and everything else, products being pushed out between posters, Funko Pops, Legends,
Lego,
all that.
As long as they don't do like a Dick Tracy where they fucked up completely. Dick Tracy was one of the biggest toys. It was one of the biggest fuck ups
in the world, bro.
Where they released the mask, the faceless. I forgot the name of the person, but it turned out to be Madonna. We knew it was Madonna before the movie came out.
It was called The Blink.
Yeah, and we found out it was Madonna before the movie even came out. Because they freaking released a toy with the
like, who's that? That's
the mask, man. And I remember seeing it at Throwback Sword, Michael's Toy World.
Oh shit!
In Manhattan, yeah, I saw. Yeah,
oh shit, bro!
If you're from New York and especially like the Heights, you know
that's like that was the golden toy era where you only had about 4 locations that had the greatest toy sections that were not Toys R Us.
Yeah,
you had one in the Heights, right? You had another that was down in Midtown, that was not Midtown Comics. Then you had like 2 or 3 of them that was in downtown Manhattan. That's like the comic book shops, and stuff like that, bro.
Yeah, but for us, well, I remember seeing that laid out, and I'm like, oh, the toys are come out, and then you're like,
fuck.
We're like, oh, it's a
what they
woman.
What they should have done is put the fucking mask on and left the mask on, and then when you reveal it, when you get it, like, oh,
yeah,
you had to open the pack,
especially because the internet wasn't so widely used at all, so there was no way to spread the.
But I wonder.
The reveal.
I wonder if. All these theories are like, just theories and shit like that. But let's say it's not as complicated and convoluted as that, right? And it's something very simplistic, and we touched on it with one of our theories. Go ahead, Keith. I see you hyped up.
Yeah, Keith did a dance.
Oh, my God. Wait a minute.
He's going to turn it up right now.
Keith did a dance.
Okay, I'm going to put my finger over something, right?
Okay.
Does this look like AI?
Let me see.
Okay.
Does it look like AI?
It's so difficult to tell.
Yes.
So difficult to tell.
That's AI.
Okay. And I'm going to take my finger off.
Oh, I see. I think it's AI.
That's definitely AI.
Yeah, I see.
So, I'm gonna screenshot this, and this isn't even this is even a spoiler site or industry person. This is something having to do with business. But what I'm looking at is I'm going to describe it, and I'm going to message Joey, so he sent it to our production team, aka his cousin
Zach.
Because
I'm gonna have to download that Derry picture too, real quick. The Derry map picture, just so that he has it while we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Because there's something that shows they're talking about, Doomsday is going to cost this much, how much everybody got paid, meaning the Russos got $40 million each, blah blah blah. They're showing.
Oh, they got a wide version now. They go to the military base.
Mm-hmm.
They're showing, people standing around like they're on set.
They're doing the on set photos again. This one's sharper, but
one's sharper, but that okay. I'm just gonna say who we already know that's gonna be already be in it.
Mm-hmm.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Right. That looks like him. That is him, and they're in the classic uniforms.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Vanessa Kirby, classic uniform. You got RDJ talking to somebody on the production team.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There's two people in this, and Zach's gonna put it on screen as we talk about this. Hopefully, talking about the release date of December 17, 2027. But this is, man, I don't know if they got permission to post this. Some of these slides in the slideshow definitely look like AI, because we know that he's not going to be at a freaking convention. Yeah, no, same kind of thing.
Same thing.
But I sent it to both of you in our Instagram thing.
Got you.
I'm talking.
Yeah,
we're talking about AI. Look at the paper in his pocket. It's not. That's all it goes up to.
Yeah,
but it looks like it's not. It doesn't quite fit in.
Right.
Doesn't fit.
I mean, usually when it comes to things like this, it's like the writing. If you see anything with writing and words and stuff, it looks off. But there's two characters in this whole thing that is like.
I know. I've seen that picture before. That's
okay.
Why I'm like,
okay. All right.
That's why I'm like, oh, that AI, just like that. Just like this one's AI.
Yeah.
Just like this one's AI, but it's an awesome screen grab. Awesome screen grab.
Yeah, because a lot of, that's what I'm saying. So with the AI now, it's with people throwing that out there to prove their theories. Yeah. It's so hard to tell what's a leak anymore and what's AI. Anyway. You gotta look at the subtle things in the background, like that guy's pocket.
Because it used to be AI back in the day. It used to be like, you can always tell because the hands were always screwed up, the fingers were always screwed up. But like that,
no, it's been gotten better, man.
It's been gotten better, but like that the first thing I saw was, and then
yeah, it was him, yeah.
But then who's in the background? Like, that's obviously AI, because he's not going to be.
Yeah, I took a look. That was my cousin in the background.
Hey, that's so and so.
Hey, yeah. It's just what gets me is that guy. See what he has in his pocket.
Yeah,
it's not rippled or anything. It's like straightforward in his pocket, and it doesn't look that thick, and it doesn't really look in there. It looks like it's cut.
Yeah,
once it gets to the pocket.
This is where we start questioning everything, because like it's a folded paper, and we've all had folded papers in our pocket, but. They could look like crisp and clean, or they could not.
And what's that in her pocket? It's. When we look at the food, the food tray there.
You should run your pockets.
But before we really get delirious and stupid, we sprinkled enough stupid around today.
Yeah, I think so. Well, this was a long smoke because it was a big stick.
Yeah, it was a big stick.
It was long smoke, so we ran a lot. That's because the holidays are coming, so it's possible we might not record next week.
Right, because between Christmas and New Year's, let's see, because
and your birthday.
Birthday.
It's someone's birthday.
It's his birthday.
It's Keith whatever's birthday.
It's Keith who's it? What's
next
his birthday?
Week.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have.
I accept the 4 C's: card, cash, cake, cheeseburgers.
Don't throw fifth. I throw 5th in there.
Yeah.
That doesn't right. Cigars.
It's a 6C. Chubby women. I'm kidding. Cigars and cheeseburgers are fine.
Are fine. If a chubby woman brings it in, trifecta.
Trifecta.
It's a trifecta. Yeah, so it's so hard, especially.
I love technology. I love how it advanced, but it also ruins a lot of things. Because we never know what's going to happen.
It really does.
So that being it, Logo Lou likes to close us out.
Oh yeah, well. With that being said, keep smoking your favorite cigar, keep chilling, and keep the peace. From us here at Cigars and Ash, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So, with that, I am Loco Lou.
Keith, what's his name? Keith Adventures, Keith Stash.
A.K.A. Birthday Boy.
It's just Joe. No potatoes this week, no.
And just Joe, what do you know?
That's what do you know, just Joe.
All right, and we are out.